on the road against someone close to their RPI. Now, right now they're 42. A lot can change. It's supposed to be announced on Monday. For a while, it looked like they were going to have to play Hawaii. No one wants to travel to Hawaii this time of the year. I think they're going to avoid that. They're throwing around names like Western Kentucky and Kent State and maybe Western Michigan or Oral Roberts or Wisconsin, Milwaukee. A lot can happen over about the next 5 days, but that's something to look for. That's supposed to be announced on Monday afternoon. Time to go to the other side of the aisle and the other mic, brought to you by Scott Communications.
All right, Danny, thank you very much. It's the second go-around with the Creighton Bluejays, and that means T. Scott Marr, the voice of the Creighton Bluejays, who's been a part of postseason action now for 7 consecutive years. And that internet is great because you get to hear everybody. I heard your game at Evansville, and you had a lot of down-to-the-wire games. Pretty excitement, not all going your way, though.
You're absolutely right, Dave. It has been one of those seasons where Creighton has played probably 8 games that have been decided at the buzzer. It's just been crazy. They've won some, they've lost some. So it's been a wild season. After a great start, they're 5-7 in their last 12 games. You know, we're just hoping. Traditionally, Dana's Altman's teams finish fairly strong. Right now, the Jays sitting deadlocked with Bradley in a tie for 4th place in the Valley. This is the midway point of the conference season. Time's running out if you're going to get better.
Tell me about the Illinois State game the other night. That's one you're going to regret probably the end of all the rest of the year. You had that game won. Tyler's at the line, and sometimes those things happen. You can't explain it, but they do.
Yeah, and again, Creighton has found a way to shoot themselves in the foot at the most inopportune times this year. They have been their own worst enemy at the free throw line many, many times, Dave. And it's not just missing the front end of a 1-to-1 because, you know, that can almost invariably that'll bite you. It can be a 4 or 5 point turnaround. It's just like a turnover, miss the front end, and then allowing offensive rebounds off missed free throws as well. It's just been 2 thorns in the side of the Blue Jays all year long, but missing free throws from the guys that you want at the line in crunch time is really inexplicable, and yet it's happened to Creighton many, many times this year. Yeah, the Illinois State game was one that, you know, you leave a road team in a game long enough, they start believing they can beat you, and that's exactly what happened in Omaha. Creighton had every opportunity to win that game, and take your hat off to Trey Guidry because he has a career night, hit a 3 to send the game into overtime, and after that, the Blue Jays really, I think, worked something in a daze. They couldn't believe that they'd allowed that game to go to OT either. So, there you have it, and the Blue Jays coming here tonight limping a little bit, I think, certainly.
You can't vote for him, but I will, and that's Nate Funk. He's going to be a first-team all-conference selection. What a player he is.
You know, Creighton fans have been somewhat spoiled over the last 7 seasons, Dave, and they've had some great players to look at. They've watched Ryan Sears and Ben Walker, obviously Kyle Korver, guys like Rodney Buford back in the mid-90s. But Nate Funk is having as solid a year as any of those players ever had. He's leading this team in scoring and in rebounding, for crying out loud, as a 6'3" shooting guard. He plays his heart out night in and night out, and if the Blue Jays lose, it's not for lack of effort from Nate Funk.
Folks, when you come to the game, you can't miss him. He's number 10, and he's a big part of this. Well, you use pressure, and that was the first Valley game for a lot of young guys, and boy, you really took it to them with your pressure, and you can do that. That's one of the things that we see out of Drake, and obviously we see it out of Southern Illinois.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's one thing that the Jays have been able to do. Dana Altman likes to play that full-court press. He likes to run a little half-court trap, three-quarter court trap. You know, the first meeting between these two teams back in December, 40 turnovers between them, Dave, so it wasn't like Creighton took great care of the ball either.
And your inside game, that's really where you got to come the most.
Well, absolutely, and the inside game has also been very inconsistent for Creighton this year. I know that in the game in Omaha, Coach Les decided to go small later in the first half and most of the second half. Patrick Bryant just wasn't able to run the floor with that pace of the game. Now, whether or not Bradley will try to slow it down tonight to allow Bryant to stay in the game. I know Patrick's coming off a great game against Northern Iowa and certainly can be a factor. Anthony Tolliver and Jeff Day for the Blue Jays have been really up and down, as you would expect newer players to be. But I think that all the coaches for Creighton had hoped that by this time in the season, both those young guys would have improved a little bit more.
See you in St. Louis, Magic 590. It's on my dial every time I go to Omaha. Good to see you.
See you in St. Louis. Dan.
All right, that is T. Scott Marr. He is the voice of the Creighton Blue Jays. Danny.
Thank you. And the other mic, of course, brought to you by our friends at Scott Communications. Doc Watson down on the floor with our fan in the stands.
Talking to a familiar guy to most people in Peoria, Jay Sowers, the former policeman, and I guess you'd call it spokesperson for the police department in Peoria for a long, long time, retired, and a big Bradley fan.
Yes, Doc. Did public information and Crime Stoppers for several years, so yeah, the name's out there a little bit.
Yeah, well, I just seemed like yesterday we were dealing with you, and you've been retired how long?
It's been 4 years now. Just loving it, too.
And a lot of people know you from Crime Stoppers. You were always your face was always on Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, at that time there was about 46 Crime Stopper spots a week that was aired on all the TV stations, and I can't go anywhere and hide any longer.
I'm guessing people still come up to you and think you're the Crime Stopper guy.
Or a weatherman, one or the other.
When did you get a love for Bradley basketball, and when did you become a season ticket holder, a true red and white guy?
Well, I've loved Bradley all along. I went to Bradley, graduated in '70, and after settled down a couple years ago with my wife, and we, got the children done, it was time to do Bradley on a continuing basis. So we got season tickets, and we won't give them up.
So your love dates back to the Robertson Fieldhouse days, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's good times in the Fieldhouse.
Do you think this team has a chance, and maybe this year, maybe in a year or two, to be that good again?
This is the most exciting season that we've seen in probably our 6-7 years of having season tickets. It's always quoted as being a young team. They don't play young. They play really good, and it's really exciting. It's going to be a interesting year, and next year probably a better one.
Jay Sowers with us. Jay, I love it when the local guys get on the court. Does that hold a little bit more interest when those guys when you see three Central guys and a Pekin guy and Danny Adams out there?
Yeah, it's really nice. Any homegrown stuff is always makes it a little more interesting, but it is Bradley. It's a team, and we're going to support them no matter where they come from.
And even though you're retired, I know you still have a hand in the Crime Stoppers, real quick.
Right. Yeah, I'm on the Crime Stopper board, still trying to raise funds for our paying of the rewards and doing all the things the Crime Stoppers do. So it's keeping my finger kind of in the pie without really tasting it.
Jay Sowers, thanks for hanging out with us, and for your efforts today, a $25 gift certificate to Lee's Dry Cleaners.
Well, isn't that wonderful? Thank you very much, Doc. Good day.
Back to you, Dan.
All right, thank you very much. And to our friend Jay Sowers, who we've known for a long time. The table's set, going for 16 straight. Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, Mike Sabo, all here. We'll be back with the start of the game as the Sully's Brace Plus pregame hour continues on 1470 WMBD.
When you talk to a Country Insurance and Financial Services agent, you'll get straightforward answers and assistance, not confusion. At Country, it's not just talking about service.
Hey, Courtney.
It's about knowing the people you serve. Country Insurance.
We got Drake at Wichita, blowout. We got Indiana State at Northern Iowa.
Senior Country Insurance agent Garth Baker in Pekin, or John Meyer.
On February 5th, the Bradley game at ISU.
Yeah.
I really want to send Sable with you.
Yeah.
Because ISU just has this high likelihood of problems with all the comrexes.
Yeah.
And also, Tim Browning, he's been a part-timer here for a while. He's going to ISU.
Yeah.
Want to know if he could come over and observe you also?
Observe me how?
Just broadcasting. Just, watch.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of room there.
So you're saying there's only about enough room for Mike to be there?
There's probably not even room for Mike to be there.
Well, that'll work out well then.
1970 WMBD and the rich history of Bradley basketball.
I can check though.
All right, that'd be good.
Oh, I know. We've had nightmares over there.
Bradley basketball brought to you by...
Get enough room here? All right.
Well, where's Watts going to be?
He's going to be like here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm moving over.
They took headsets out of the bag, so he's just going to have to sit here.
Okay. And Lou Johnson, Peoria Banking Center of the State Bank of Spear, Fisher Miraz and Barnes Chiropractic, participating Allstate agents, and by Methodist Hospital and Scott Communications.
And now with the play-by-play, here's Dave Snell and Joe Stoll.
Good evening, everybody, from Carver Arena in downtown Peoria. Bradley Braves basketball is on the air. Hi, everybody. This is Dave Snell along with Joe Stoll. Jim Watson is back with us, and Mike Sable set to bring you the play-by-play as the 11-5 Bradley Braves, 4-4 in the Missouri Valley Conference of Jim Less, who tries to get to the 500 mark for his coaching career again against the veteran Dana Altman's Creighton Bluejays. They're 12-7, 4-4, tied with Bradley, tied with Northern Iowa for fourth place in the Missouri Valley Conference. Tonight's game is the 68th between Bradley and Creighton, and the Braves hold the advantage, 36-31. But they've not beaten Creighton since January 6, 2001. 8 in a row, and all but 2 of them by 13 points or more. The Braves are 22-11 against Creighton here in Peoria, and 13-10 at Carver Arena. They're led by junior Nate Funk, who is second to Northern Iowa's Ben Jacobson, who we saw the other night in field goal percentage for Valley Guards. And he's a good one. Watch him tonight. He's number 10. There's no television for this game, so we're glad that you're along with us.
Surprisingly, Dave, he leads at 6'3", he leads them in rebounds, and he's just effective wherever he plays. And he plays with a lot of confidence this year.
Well, he is a first-team all-conference selection. I think there's not much doubt about it. Jim Les is looking for his first win against Dana Altman, who is now 12-10 against Bradley. It was a long time before he won here. Now he's had some success, and that's what their program has been, successful. Creighton won both games here last season, 66-49 in Peoria, and also won at the Quest Center. And remember, Bradley opened the Missouri Valley Conference season on the 28th of December in Omaha and lost 71-62. It was tied at 30.5. The halftime score, but the Braves had 21 turnovers that night and just couldn't overcome it. Marcellus Somerville led Bradley with 20. Tony Bennett had 18. Patrick O'Brien, coming off a career-high 20 against UNI, had just 6 points in 23 minutes. And at that point, Nate Funk had a Quest Center record, 22 points. He's passed that. In fact, he did it the other night against Illinois State and also against Drake of 26. Johnny Mathis had 13. Dane Watts at 11. Bradley's assist to turnover was 6 up, 21 down. And Daniel Ruffin was 1 up and 7 down.
And as Dave, if anything, I thought it'd be just about turned around tonight. They did a real good job over there. They trapped initially right there, right on the ball in the corner, and the first pass or two they did a real good job on. We've had a chance to look at the films, and I'll be surprised if we don't do just a lot better job of attacking the press here in Peoria.
With that loss last night by Wisconsin, Bradley's won 15 in a row and are tied for 10th. Moving up a notch, the nation's longest home winning streak. It's the 4th time they've won as many as 15 in a row here since opening in the 82-83 season. The longest streak, by the way, is 27 in a row. You are listening to Bradley Braves basketball on WMBD Peoria, Illinois. The officials for tonight's game as the teams are lined up. Free throw extended. Free throw line extended on both sides are Randy McCall, the referee. The umpires are Ron Zetcher and Eddie Jackson. And now to honor America, the Bradley basketball band will perform as the students are back and in pretty good numbers here tonight. We don't have as many as we had for the Northern Iowa game, being a midweek game, but there is a sizable number gathered here tonight for Bradley and Creighton. The other Valley games are Drake at Wichita State and Indiana State at Northern Iowa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. broadcast is brought to you by Bradley University and JMP Media Group LLC, solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. Any publication or rebroadcast without the direct consent of JMP Media Group LLC or Bradley University is prohibited. Coach Stoll and I have been approved by Bradley University. Before the lineups, Coach, it's time for the keys to the game.
What's happened?
Below 15 turnovers.
Well, that's not
Pressure.
unreasonable at home.
You know, they got to have that pressure. Sellis against Funk scoring. The two first-team all-conference likely selections going against each other.
Should be close.
And O'Brien against Tolliver and Moats combined.
Well, that should be close.
Defense, win the battle on the boards. Bradley's 10-1 when they do. Hold Milliner and Mathis in the teens combined and make the Blue Jays minus in the assisted turnover. Well, we got the magic number on the nose the other night, Coach. What'll it be tonight?
Well, I think hit it on the nose is 71. The 71 sounds pretty good to me tonight, Dave.
Well, maybe it's your turn. I got 69. Tyler McKinney coming back from the eye injury, 6'1", 185, senior from Urbandale, Iowa. Wears 24, plays 33 minutes a game, 5.5 points, 2.5 rebounds. His assisted turnover is great, 102 and 44. Johnny Mathis. Yes, it's Johnny Mathis and Tony Bennett again. 6 foot, 165 junior from Louisville Male High School.
Be a good matchup if it happens.
And the junior averaging 9.3 and 2.6, had 20 against Drake as his career high last year. He's also out of Northern Oklahoma Junior College. Anthony Tolliver wears 44, 6'8", 240, sophomore from Springfield, Missouri, a screener, a passer, not much of a scorer. 4.3 points, 4.5 rebounds a game. Dane Watts, the freshman from Warrensburg, Missouri, 6'8", 225. The freshman averaging 7.6 and 2.9 rebounds per game. And the fifth starter is Nate Funk, 6'3", 195, junior from Sioux City, Iowa, Heelan High School, 17.6 points, 5.6 rebounds, leads the team at 6'3", coming off a matching career high 26 against Drake and the other night in their loss to Illinois State. Daniel Ruffin, 5'10", 165, starts for Jim Less. From Peoria High School, 6.5 points, 3.3 rebounds. His assisted turnovers, 87 up and 50 down for the freshman. Tony Bennett, 6 foot, 170 junior from Westinghouse in Chicago. Pratt Community College, 12.6 points, 3.8 rebounds for number 5. He plays 30 minutes a game. Patrick O'Brien in the middle, 7 foot, 245, freshman coming off the career high 20 against Northern Iowa from Blaine, Minnesota. Just under 10 points a game, 8.1 rebounds, and 50 blocks for the season. Jeremy Crouch, 6'5", 200-pound freshman from Pekin, just under 10 points as well, 9.9 and 2.8 rebounds. 31 of 76 from 3, 41%. Career high of 17. Evansville and Drake. And Marcella Somerville, 6'7", 225, junior from Peoria High School, 18 points, 7.4 rebounds. Sellis playing 34 minutes a game. Crouch, Somerville, O'Brien, Bennett, and Ruffin, McKinney, Mathis, Watts. And we have Jim Watson here tonight. Nate Funk and Anthony Tolliver for the Blue Jays of Dana Altman in his 11th year at Creighton. 207 and 116 overall in 16 seasons, 290 and 183. Greg Grinsing, Darren DeBreeze, who used to play at Northern Iowa, as you know, and Brian Fish. Bradley's head coach is Jim Less, 38 and 39 with Al Biancalana, Lennox Forrester, Eric Bisher, and Kyle Vogt. The managers are Ben Mooney, Antonio Johnson, Bo Doty, Joe Fulton, Pat Forrester. The trainer is Eric Redmond. The strength coach is Ronnie Wright, and the basketball secretary is Linda Rose. Dark blue, trimmed in white and black. The Blue Jays in the first half, they will go from right to left. Bradley, left to right, and we're getting ready to tip it off.
Don't expect much different out of Creighton, Dave. You know, they run about the same stuff, only they run it well. Last year they had 3 big people that can run that side post screen and roll. This year the big people aren't quite as good, and as a result Creighton is not, but they handle those things pretty well.
They are going to shade Nate Funk and watch wherever he goes. Patrick O'Brien wears 33. Anthony Tolliver, 44. Randy McCall will toss. It's Bradley. It's Creighton. Missouri Valley Conference action, and the tip is to Jeremy Crouch. And he crosses the timeline, and the Braves have the first possession of the game. call for O'Brien. He's got it at the high post. Looks Somerville. Now gives to Bennett. Tony down the lane, all the way down. Pull-up jumper is good.
That's a good start. Came off the high throw screen.
2-0. Bennett sings first. McKinney. Watts looks left. Looks right. Puts it on the floor and gives it to number 11. That's Johnny Mathis. Watts and now Funk. And they'll get some help for him. Free throw line extended to the left. Right in front of Jim Last. Gets a screen. That's fought through. He goes around one, around two to the corner. Good Bradley defense here as McKinney gets on the left wing. Stops, takes a look inside. Shot clock reads 8. Now 7. Mathis with 6. Between the legs and now goes to the baseline. Pull-up jumper. Tough shot. Missed it. Weak side rebound taken down by Bennett. Yes.
Was a good defensive scheme that time, Dave.
Lob at the other end is in and out of the hands of O'Brien. Gets it back. Stops at a block to block. Crouch and a 3 balls in and out by Ruffin. Rebound taken down by the Blue Jays, and Dane Watts on the move is Mathis to the baseline. Cross-court pass is picked off by Somerville.
And good defense by Ruffin to start it.
First turnover as it was picked off and rough across the timeline. We played a minute 20, 2-0 Braves. O'Brien with it. Hand off to Somerville. He's going to the free throw line. Between the legs, loses a minute, get it back. Now Bennett. Tony has the only goal of the game. Played a minute and a half. 2-0 is the Bradley lead. There's Ruffin. Inside is O'Brien. One hand, like a loaf of bread. Inside, shoots, missed. And the rebound taken down Funk, his first of the night.
Just didn't finish off. He was there, Dave.
Funk's all the way down, and he's fouled going in by Bennett. He will take the ball to the basket strong. It'll be an inbound situation at 18-17 rather, first half. Bradley plays at Indiana State. High noon for Sully's Braves Plus with Dan Diorio on Saturday. McKinney inbound left. Finds Funk. Ball fake, goes in. Tough shot, fouled on the shot. Bennett, I think that's 2.
Well, it was too far in the baseline. He wasn't going to make the shot. He got by Tony just a little.
And J.J. Twy will come in, the sophomore from Verona, Missouri. And so Bennett has 2 points, 2 fouls, and about to get a seat on the bench. How's Funk at the free throw line? He's 78%, 50 of 64. And sits everybody down with his first free throw, and you know what you're going to see now, Coach, after this make.
You'd think to see press, Dave.
Well, but not before Moats and Milner come in. It didn't take long, 18-14. He runs them in and out, not like Drake in the numbers, but he keeps fresh bodies in there. Kevin Milner, the senior out of Warner Robins, Georgia, got swatted in the face the other day and busted his nose, and he's got a mask. Inbound is to J.J. Twy. Gives to Crouch. He's in the backcourt. Jeremy going to be met at the timeline, and so he cross courts. And it's J.J. Twy. Even at 2, we've played almost 2 minutes of this game. J.J. with it to the left. Looks to go to the baseline and stops. Looks inside, now finds Ruffin for a free throw line jumper, in and out.
Both the shots were halfway down, Dave, for Ruffin.
And a rebound taken down Tolliver. McKinney with it across the timeline. With a left-hand dribble, gives to Milner. And who's holding away from play?
I can make it
O'Brien. And that's Bradley's third team foul. 3-0. Reload the shot clock at 17:45. Third team foul on Bradley. Inbound left is McKinney. Watch Funk. Sets a back screen for Tolliver and then steps out to the corner left. Milner with it. Ball fake, puts it on the floor, and now gives to Jimmy Moats. He's from Lincoln, Nebraska Northeast High School. Funk with it. J.J. Twy's on him.
Tough matchup for J.J.
20 on the shot clock. Funk tries to force him left. It gets the inside post pass McKinney to Tolliver. He's doubled. Kick it back out. McKinney for a 3-ball. That misses. Rebound taken down Somerville. He had an outlet pass to Crouch. And elects to give it to J.J. Twy. We're still even at 2 at 17-13. First half. Somerville, he's going to shoot it. Free throw line jumper is good. You could tell as he came off the high post screen, he was going to shoot it in. 4-2. And the Bradley lead is 2 again as McKinney gives to Milner. Free throw line extended on the left. And he brings it up top. Give to Funk. He has 2 free throws. Comes down the lane. In against O'Brien. Too hard. Rebound off a couple of hands. And now finally picked up by O.B. O'Brien the rebound gives to Ruffin. Now J.J. Twy. Look at a post pass into Somerville. Instead they'll reverse it and give to O'Brien. A 3-ball. Somerville short. And the rebound is all Jays. They will get another sub, Jeffrey Day, in the lineup. And Mathis will come back in the next dead ball. 16-25 first half, 4-2 Bradley. McKinney and now Funk. He wears number 10. Looks to get a side screen. Good help by O'Brien, who gets back to his man as he helped out on Funk. Post pass inside. Tolliver puts up the shot. He's fouled by O'Brien. That's 2. And now he'll hit the bench as Brandon Heemskirk comes in.
One-on-one situation. There wasn't any help for O'Brien at that time. The kid made a fairly good move for him.
So Tony Bennett, 2 points, 2 fouls. O'Brien, 2 fouls, no points. Funk comes out. And Himba in for the first time. Pierce Himba, 6'5" freshman from Pella, Iowa. 3.7. And at the free throw line is Anthony Tolliver. Put on your hard hat, Coach. 21 of 44.
Not a good shooter.
Crouch stepped in the lane. He made the free throw anyway. So on the three-point play, Creighton takes a 5-4 lead at 16-13. It's Somerville. Brandon Heemskirk comes in, and he replaces O'Brien. The count is 2, and Brandon gets the inbounds pass, and he's pushed by Day. Pushed by Day, in by Night. First foul of the game by Creighton at 16-12. Crouch will inbound right in front of the Bradley bench sideline. Right. Gives to J.J. Twy, and Himba's on him. He goes to the deck, and J.J. goes around it, so the Braves got to break if they want it. Now J.J. takes it to the wing on the right with a left-hand dribble, looks for some balance, tells Ruffin to go to the left wing. Milner's doing a good job denying Crouch. With it is Ruffin, looking at a post pass inside. There's a hold by Moats, and we'll have an official time. Second foul on the Blue Jays, first on Moats. Back in a minute with Creighton leading 5-4 at 15-52. The Braves are 2 of 7 thus far from the field. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
In many fields, there is an award that says your performance is the best of the best. In athletics, it's the gold medal. In motion pictures, it's the gold statue. And in patient care, it's the Gold Magnet Award. The Magnet Award is presented by the American Nurses Association to those very few hospitals whose patient care is judged to be the best of the best. In Illinois, only 4 hospitals have earned the Magnet Award, and only one of these 4 is south of Chicago. That hospital is Methodist, right here in Peoria. Research shows Magnet Award-winning hospitals provide better patient outcomes, lower mortality rates, faster recovery, and shorter lengths of stay. Reader's Digest has written, locate the nearest Magnet. If you can easily check into a Magnet hospital, you'd be foolish not to. At Methodist, the quality of our care is second to none. So why accept less? We are committed to delivering outstanding health care, period.
Energizing Peoria. Sean Hannity, afternoons 2 to 4 on Peoria's news and talk station, 1470 WMBD.
Case note, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, Mike Sable back at Carver Arena. Bradley basketball brought to you by City. Game. Coach, a couple of bad combinations there with 2 fouls on Bennett and O'Brien in the first 4 minutes.
Well, that's right. Jim's got to be careful, how he wants to use him. O'Brien, he uses him now. If he does, when he does use him, he gets the third, he's got to come out for the rest of the half. So you have to see how it goes. You don't have to worry really about Tolliver scoring much. He will get the ball down there. He's just going to try and draw the foul because he's not a very good shooter at all.
Milliner, Mathis, Day, Moats, and Himba for the Blue Jays. The Braves will inbound left. J.J. Twy has Heemskirk, Ruffin, Somerville, and Jeremy Crouch. And a 5-4 lead for the Blue Jays at 15:52.
Somerville did a good job of posting up that last time. He could probably do it again. He drew the foul.
Waiting for the second horn for television. It's going back to Omaha TV'd. Illinois State all alone in third place in the league after their win against Evansville the other night. J.J. Twy takes a look. The count is 2 and gives to Somerville, and he leaves for Ruffin.
2-3 zone by Creighton this time.
Brings the ball out high left. Now between the rings. Brings to Twy. Brandon Heemskirk posts in the lane, and they're an awful long time. Here's a 3-ball. Crouch is good. 96th of the year. And it's a 7-5 Bradley lead as Jeremy Dents the scoring column for the first time with a 3 ball. That for JC, and a 5-second call, Crouch against Himba. That was Jeremy's 32nd 3 out of Bradley's 96 of the season.
Just good one-on-one defense by Crouch that time, as well as the rest of the team shutting down passing lanes. Good
First
defense.
turnover, coach, for Creighton. Milliner out, Himba is out, and Funk, McKinney, Mathis, and they have Dean Watts back in the game. Somerville with it left, illegal screen on Heemskirk, I think.
I think you're right.
Eddie Jackson gets the illegal screen. Bradley's 5th team foul. And we're going on 1 a minute here at 7-5 the score at 15-16. McKinney across the timeline, going to get a screen from Watts, but not much of one. Mathers with it, free throw line extended to the right, picks up his dribble. And Funk hasn't touched it yet. J.J. Twide doing a good job denying. All the way down is Mathis. Penetrate and kick back out in front. Here's a Watts 3. That's short. Oh, and Jeremy Crouch got him on a 3-point shot. As he followed through, called by Ron Zetcher. And 3 free throws for the Blue Jays. Coming up here is JC. Gets his first, and that's 6 team fouls.
That puts him on one on the right, Dave. We only played 5 minutes.
Dane Watts is 27 of 34, 79%. First one up, down. 7-6. And he'll have 2 more. And the Braves will see pressure if he makes the third. Second one good, 7-7. So Jeremy hit the 3 ball to give Bradley the 2-point lead, but fouls the 3-point shot.
You don't like to see him jump that outside shot, Dave, because it takes yourself away from the rebound as well.
Short. Rebound is coming long, and J.J. Twide gets it, so we hold it 7 as he made 2 out of 3. J.J. with it across the timeline. Looks at Brandon Heemskirk and then has it taken away and then lost. J.J. Twide was stripped by Mathis, who lost it out of bounds. That was nearly a turnover. Even at 7, 14-48. Crouch to inbound sideline left. Looks at Twy, finds Somerville. Now to Ruffin. Ruff has it high right. Look at Somerville between the rings. He drives against Watts. That's no matchup, but he missed the shot. And a rebound as he took it with the left hand. Thought he might have been fouled, but wasn't. Here's Mathis with it, even at 7. McKinney directing traffic. Watts comes out high. Mathis with it. Now McKinney between the rings. Wants to get a side screen from Day and a switch. Brandon Heemskirk then gets back. Good Bradley defense there in the half court. Here's Mathis, put it down to be stripped and was. Second turnover, picked up Somerville. Now Ruffin, Ruff inside out. J.J. Twy inside Somerville, turnaround 10-footer, bounce it no good. Rebound is Heemskirk, put it in. Got the loose change that time in Ching. 9-7, his first deuce. Look what I found. Right underneath the basket. J.J. overplaying Funk, who has it free throw line extended. He hasn't got a shot yet from the field. He has 2 free throws. Boogie will come in next, dead ball. And the ball's knocked away by Heemskirk. It's out of bounds off Funk. And Brandon did a good job on a jump switch, coming out and helping J.J. Twy. Tolliver and Lawrence Wright is in. That is turnover number Watts 3 for Creighton at 13:46. Milliner comes in. Somerville out. Crouch out. Lawrence Wright in. Now Crouch stays in. He's just going to inbound and does to Lawrence Wright. 9-7 is the Bradley lead. And across the timeline comes number 22. He's from California. Hands off to J.J. Twy. He's playing a lot now. Bounce pass inside to Wright, who missed it, and is tipped in on the offensive board by Heemskirk. I can't believe that Lawrence missed that. He was point blank, and it's 11-7. Heemskirk has 4. Post pass inside. Tolliver against Heemskirk. Kick it back out. On the right is Milliner. Watts, Milliner again. He's wearing the mask. So who is that man behind the mask? It's Milliner. He beats Ruffin to the baseline. Good help by Lawrence Wright, but it's too late, and he hits the layup anyway.
Pretty good drive.
11-9, his first deuce. And Ruffin has it. Bradley 2-point lead at 12:55. Lawrence Wright looks for some movement, look for a back cut. Now the bounce pass is nearly thrown away, and Ruffin has to go get it near the timeline. Ruff looks left. Pull-up jumper for 3, missed it. Rebound on the weak side board, taken down by Watts. Kick-out pass is made to McKinney across the timeline. drives in the lane, jump stop, threw it away. A turnover as he tried to hit Funk on the left wing. Funk has not taken a shot from the field, Coach, I don't believe.
Well, that's good. Overall, we played good individual and team defense on him, too.
Ruffin comes out, and Tony Bennett with 2 fouls is in. 11-9, the Bradley lead. Crouch with it, going to look at a half-court trap. Arches the pass to Bennett. Tony across the timeline. Dribbles away from the trap, which has caused no problems as of yet. Bennett take it to the left. Waves Heemskirk to a double high post with Lawrence Wright, who turns, going to go into the lane, jump stop, flip up a wild shot.
Had nowhere to go in that drive.
And just threw it up and missed it. Here's Funk at the other end. Look out, there's his 3-ball, missed it. Rebound off the hand is taken down Watts. And a new shot clock with 12:05 to play. First half, Funk with it. Bradley still with an 11-9 lead. We'll have an official time at the next dead ball. McKinney drives down the lane, flip it up and get it, and tie the game.
Nice drive.
McKinney down the lane and ties at 11, his first deuce. Braves aren't shooting it very well from the field, and that was a horrible shot that they're 5 of 13. Not a very good shot by Lawrence Wright the last time. He really had nowhere to go with it. Bounce pass is Crouch, left. A ball fake. Lawrence takes it into the lane. His jumps, drop down pass inside. Heemskirk missed a layup, but was fouled on the play. And we'll have an official time. 11:34 to play, first half. The Braves are going to shoot free throws. I think it's Heemskirk, and Somerville will come in. Dennis Howard for the first time for Creighton, the 6'7 junior from Fort Worth, comes in, and Mike Rembert will come in. So will Himba. We'll sort it all out when we come back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
When building the perfect team, one must start with perfect parts. Players, coaches, trainers. It takes time, practice, and patience. No one knows this better than Ford because it takes the same principles to build the perfect lineup of vehicles. Like the all-new 2005 Super Duty. With best-in-class pulling power and brakes, it's bigger, bolder, and tougher than ever. And F-150, the best-selling truck 27 years running. With the highest available payload when properly equipped, it always gets the job done. Then there's Ranger, the best-selling compact pickup 17 years running. It packs full-size toughness and capability into a compact package. And Explorer, equipped with independent rear suspension, Ford safety canopy and rollover sensor, plus the roomiest third-row seat.
No.
There's no wonder why it's been the best-selling SUV.
I think SIU is playing at SMS as well.
Yeah, I got them all up here, but they don't have anything new.
Okay.
Ranger and Explorer. And check out Ford's next generation.
Now I do, darn it.
All right.
500.
I have Southern Illinois 14, Southwest Missouri State 14, 12:30 in the first.
Okay.
Indiana State 11, Northern Iowa 15, 12:35 in the first.
Okay.
Drake 9, Wichita State 16, 14 left in the first.
Okay. Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, and Mike Sable back at Carver Arena. Scores. SMS 14, Southern 14. And that is with 12:30 to play in the first half. At the 14-minute mark, Wichita 16, Drake 9. That's at Koch Arena. And Northern Iowa 15s, Indiana State, Bradley's next opponent 11 with 12:35 to play in the first half. Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Illinois American Water, proud to provide you with quality water service. And the Unland Companies take the hassle out of buying insurance with one call. They're in the white and yellow pages, the Unland Companies, where it's about you. Bradley and Indiana State, 1 o'clock. The tip-off on Saturday afternoon from the Holman Center in Terre Haute as Brandon Heemskirk will go to the line. With a pair, he's 4 of 5 this season and averaging 1.3. He's already got 4.
And after 8.5 minutes, Dave, Heemskirk leads both teams in scoring.
You never know on any given night, Coach. And here comes the 7-footer, 7-1. He's short on the first free throw from Grand Rapids Christian. So he'll try to break the tie. We're 11-11 with 11:34 to play in the first half. One more for Big B. That's good. He's got 5. Rembert in. Brandon did an excellent job in the game.
Helped out a couple times on defense and got a couple in the basket too.
As O'Brien got the 2 quick fouls. So it's 12-11 Bradley with 11.5 to play first. Still no shots, and it won't be now because Funk's on the bench. Milner with it, drive down the lane, penetrate and kick. There's a 3-ball right by Moats is missed, but he follows his shot. Got it back, blocked by Rembert. Again, it's blocked by by Lawrence Wright, and he's fouled in the backcourt by Howard. Good work on the boards by the Braves that time. And that is team foul number 4 on the Blue Jays. We can just keep old Nate Funk on the bench, Coach. It's 11-14. He hasn't taken a shot yet.
Well, that's good defense, and you're right. He's liable to live it up at any time.
Somerville inbounds, and there's a trap on J.J. Twy. Tries to step in between and finds Lawrence Wright, who now attacks to the basket. Inside, he was going in. He was windmilling and ready to go, and he was fouled on the play. He took off at the second spot going in, and he had the windmill dunk. He would not have got there, but he was fouled in the 15th foul, and Lawrence Wright is fouled by Dennis Howard. His first, 5th team, and the free throw is good by Lawrence Wright. He tried one in practice the other day, Coach. He took off at the free throw line.
Well, there's no doubt his ability to jump.
Second free throw right. That misses. Rebound is tipped out of bounds, and Mike Rembert made that play as he went for the rebound along with Jimmy Moats and tapped it out of bounds. In comes Watts. In comes Funk. In comes Johnny Mathis at 11:05. Out is Moats, Himba, and Milliner. They don't substitute like Drake, but they're close. And the ball slapped inbound right. J.J. Twy threw it away. As the ball was picked off by Howard, second Bradley turnover. It was underneath the goal to the right. And with it now is Watts. Looks at Funk on the left. Look at a post pass to Howard inside. He's against Lawrence Wright. Looks at a double. Looks at a cutter. Milliner to the basket. Put it up and bounce it in. I don't know if anybody... Who got the goal? Mathis. All right, whether it was tipped out or not. And there's a foul on the inbounds by Creighton, with a game tied at 13 at 10:40 to play. First half. Bradley 13, Creighton 13. Here comes Ruffin in. Foul was on Mathis.
Both teams a bonus from now on, 6 fouls.
Replaces J.J. Twy. How many guys has fouled out for them this year? 9. They play a lot of people. Here's Rembert, finds Bennett across the timeline, running 3-on-2. Free throw line jumper, Tony is short. Rebound taken out of there by Lawrence Wright. Bounce pass is to Rembert. Takes a step, and he charges.
That's
It
too
was a
bad.
flop, but they got the call. 10:28 to play, first half. Offensive foul on Rembert, that's 7. But this will be an inbound situation. You're listening to WMBD Peoria, Illinois, and Bradley basketball as we're at 7:30. Third Bradley turnover. And we're even at 13. Blue Jays try to get the lead again. Here's Funk with it. He still has not shot. They double him, and he tries to dribble out of it. Look for the pass, and now McKinney. Return pass inside is Howard. His jumper is up and bounced in. Bounced over up at the top and came straight down. His first deuce, and Creighton leads 15-13. Passes to Lawrence Wright at the timeline. He's across the timeline and gives it to Rembert. In and out of his hands. Puts it up, has it blocked, because he couldn't get control of it.
That's right. Should have been a layup.
McKinney threw it away. A Creighton turnover, their 5th. A little ragged here, and the Blue Jays lead at 15-13 with 9:53 to play first half. The Braves are having no problem with pressure here tonight. In fact, they've had a couple of break opportunities, and if Rembert would have held on, he'd had a layup the last time. Bennett going to be met with a half-court trap and finds Somerville left. And now Ruffin. Braves down a deuce. Gives Somerville. Maybe not any longer. 3-point shot is missed. Bennett takes the ball away, but is on the... Oh, my goodness. All right, the official at first, where Tony Bennett was out of bounds,
I was afraid he might
pointed the wrong way.
Call a foul on Tony on a reach-in.
9:38. And now Ron Zetcher is cooling down both Watts and Bennett. He pointed to Bradley, and he just was turned around the wrong way, Eddie Jackson. So here's McKinney. If you'd say the first 10 minutes you can hold Nate Funk without a shot, you'd figure you're in pretty good shape. McKinney with it. Bring it to the right. He back cuts, covered up by Ruffin, who's got him now. And Funk has it to the right wing. McKinney out between the rings. Gives to Howard up high. Looks for a cutter. Now gives to Funk. In the corner, he's doubled. Give an inside pass is Howard. Inside shot is blocked out of there by Rembert. To Ruffin, to Rembert, to Ruffin.
Second good play by Rembert.
Here's a 3-point shot. Tony Bennett, left wing. Good! Sing to me, Tony. He's got 5, 16, 15. The Braves get their 97th three-point shot down.
Tony
McKinney.
just got to be careful you don't get his third foul.
Pull-up jumper,
Take him out.
McKinney misses. Rebound taken down in the lane. Stop and watch, put it up and in. Good, strong rebound. As he got a second shot down. Inbounds pass is Ruffin. 17-16, Creighton back with a 1-point lead. Ruff across the timeline as he splits two defenders. As Bradley goes for the lead again with 8.5 to play first.
Minimal press, now they're back in the 2-3 zone.
Ruffin hands off to Somerville. 2-3 zone for the Blue Jays. Somerville, Ruffin. Free throw line extended to the left. Alley-oop. Come on! To Bennett!
Fine pass by Daniel. That's just a little eye contact on that.
18-17. Bennett has 7. As they recognize against a 2-3 zone. That looked like Jimmy and what he used to do with Boise Winters. Here's Funk. Drives baseline, inside out for a 3. Ball is up and bounced no good. Missed by Watson. The rebound is Bennett. He's all over the place. He's having his own concert. Inside pass is Lawrence Wright. Short shot misses. Rembert's put back. He's fouled. The 17th foul, and Mike will shoot 2 free throws when we come back in a minute. 18-17 Bradley, and they go for a 2 and a 3-point lead when we come back. Howard to foul his second, and that's the 17th foul. It's Bradley 18, shooting free throws when we come back in a minute. Blue Jays 17. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
Talking to Allstate agents Gary Meade and Chuck Hubert can really make a driver feel safe. When you call them, you get a knowledgeable insurance agent who's there when you need help, whose name is in the same phone book as yours.
Didn't she try the OJ trial?
Who can see if you qualify for discounts or tell you what insurance on a new car will cost. Sure, lots of companies can sell you insurance, but no one has people like Allstate. Allstate Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois. Call Gary Meade or Chuck Hubert. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Things are really heating up in Paradise. Visit Paradise every Wednesday now through February 2nd, and you can win one of our 25 leaving for Las Vegas Stardust-bound packages. Prime Rewards members can win a 4-day, 3-night Las Vegas trip for 2, including airfare and hotel. Winners must be present at the drawings. Visit Paradise for details on how you can win a fantastic getaway for 2 to Las Vegas.
America's #1 talk show host, Rush Limbaugh. Weekdays 11 to 2. Peoria's news and talk station, 1470 WMBD.
Bradley basketball brought to you by Paradise. Host of the halftime show. Visit Paradise every Wednesday now through February 2nd. You can win one of their 25 Leaving for Vegas Stardust-bound packages. Prime Reward members can win a 4-day, 3-night Vegas trip for 2, including airfare and hotel. The Paradise Hotel Casino. And Bradley basketball brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And don't trust anyone. See Roger Fegley, Lou Johnston, or Dick Tulane for all of your insurance needs. Well, he's playing with 2 fouls, Coach, but he's got a real spark. Tony Bennett making up for what was a pretty slow start for Bradley. Shooting, in fact, they're still only 35%, well, 7 of 20.
I tell you, Dave, with O'Brien going out, we've got a real boost from our centers. Both Heemskork and Michael Rembert have played well, both on offense and defense for us.
Mike is 8 of 14, 57%, and has a pair here. He has not scored yet. He's got the real high socks tonight. His first free throw's pushed up and in. Mike's averaging 2.5 points, 1.8 rebounds. He's a sophomore from Chicago St. Rita, wears number 3. 2-point lead, 3-point lead. Made them both crouch in. Crouch in for Rembert. And so Jim got great minutes out of both Heemskork and Rembert, and now goes small with a 20-17 lead. And across the timeline is Milner. Moats, Himba, who's back in. Looks at Milner up top. Has it left. Funk's on the bench. Mathis to the baseline. 10-footer's good. Too easy.
Yeah, he beat Danny on the drive that time.
He's got 4, 20-19. 1-point lead for the Braves, looking at pressure. Crouch inbounds to Bennett. Got a man in the air and goes around Himba. Around 1, around 2, all the way down. Pull-up jumper is in and out. Rebound taken down. Lawrence Wright above everybody. 3-ball crouch bounces no good. And the rebound taken down and thrown off of Bennett out of bounds. It'll belong to the Blue Jays with 7:08 to play in the half. Jeremy got a real good look out front, just couldn't get it down. Close game. We thought it would be. 2019 to Bradley, lead of 1 with 7:04 to go. Milliner has it left. Milliner and Mathis are both in there now. Himba, the ball is taken away, cutting down the lane by El Boogie. To Crouch, pull-up jumper is missed by Bennett.
Really good play defensively and a nice pass.
I don't know how he picked it off. Mathis with it. Himba, feet on the line for 2, is bounced no good. Rebound taken down Somerville. Outlet pass now is Bennett. J.J. Twile come in next dead ball. Pass the other end. Lawrence Wright, reverse layup, good!
Well, Lawrence indicated he wanted a pass, and Bennett got it right on the money.
22-19, Wright has 3. A rebound and a steal in as many trips down. Himba with it. You want him to shoot a little bit more. Mathis get a side screen from Day. Go to the baseline. Gets hung. Reverse layup. Nicely done, Johnny Mathis. He's got 6. Bradley 22. Creighton 21. 6:07. And the clock rolls as Crouch will inbound. Takes a look at Bennett. The count is 2. The count is 3. And now finds Lawrence Wright across the timeline. Very quickly. The pressure has not bothered the Braves at all. As the ball gets away a minute and Crouch recovers from Lawrence Wright. 5:47 to play first half. Heemskirk will come in next dead ball. With it is Somerville. He's only 1 of 5 from the field. Get a man in the air as Crouch's pull-up jumper is up and bounced no good. Really rushed his shot that time. And here comes Creighton shooting for the lead. It's Mathis in three-point land left. Now Milliner. Mathis with it and a hold away from play. Is going to be called on Lawrence Wright. It'll send the Blue Jays to the free throw line with 1 in bonus as Lawrence Wright picks up his first. 8th team foul for Bradley. Twy in for Ruffin. Lawrence Wright out and Heemskirk's in. And here comes Nate Funk, who still has not taken a shot. And here's Day to the free throw line. Well, he's 64%. Has not scored yet. He's 27 of 42. Averages 5.3. Free throws up and good. They're perfect at the line, right?
Missed
nope,
one.
That's right. Watts missed the third of the 3 free throws. So we're even at 22 with 5.5 to play first. One more. Jeffrey Day, that dribbles in. Creighton back on top again. Tolliver in, Day is out. Creighton 23, Bradley 22. And Crouch will inbound. Count is 1, the count is 2. The count is 3, and the pass is to Somerville, who comes back to help. Heemskirk came back to help as well. And Bennett across the timeline. Braves down a point, 5:22 to play first.
Done a real good job negotiating the press.
With it is Crouch, goes down the lane. Looks at a drop-down pass, and on the floor, Jeremy's going to shoot a 1 in bonus. So here's Crouch. Remember, he missed a couple the last time that he went to the free throw line. He hasn't gone as much. Mathis, the foul, is second. McKinney will come in for him likely with 5:16 to play in the half. This will be 1 in bonus for Jeremy Crouch. He is 17 of 25, and he has a 3-ball down. Bradley has only 2 threes in the game thus far. Crouch to tie it. Got it in. 23-23. We'll see if the Braves might pressure a little bit of their own here. 4 points for Crouch. And 1 more for JC from Pekin. That's up and that's good. 24-23. Crouch has 5. Heemskirk has 5. Bennett has 7. And across the timeline is Tyler McKinney. Brings it to the right. Milliner with the mask. Hands off to Funk. He's doubled. Ball taken away by Crouch. To Twy. Kaboom! JJ from Crouch.
Good job of doubling up that time and good finish by JJ.
26-23. Twy gets the slam dunk. 7th turnover for the Blue Jays. Funk still hasn't shot it. 4:40 to play in the half. The defense has been marvelous on him. Oh my goodness. Setcher gets a holding call on a uniform. 4:40 to play in the half. Wichita State 31-26, 3.5 to play first. Tolliver to the line. SMS 34-31 over Southern, 3.5 to play. Tolliver's 1 in bonus is good.
He's 48% on the season, made his only 2 tonight.
Northern Iowa 23-15 over Indiana State, 5:20 to go in the half. 26-24, one more for Tolliver. Short, got it in. Hit the front of the rim and went in. Crouch gives to Twy, 26-25 Bradley. JJ gives an allowed pass to Crouch, who's across the timeline. Got to get Sellis into this game. He's going to get it now on the right. Goes to the baseline. He stops. A drop down pass inside. He's good. Good.
Nice pass.
Look by
good
Sellis.
penetration by Somerville. Right to old Brandon.
New career high for Brandon Heemskirk. He's got 7.
In the first half of the game, too. And we needed
28-25. Bradley's latest 3 with 4:10 to play. Funk still hasn't taken a shot. To the baseline. They double him, and he walks. I'm telling you, folks, he's a first-team all-conference player, and he hasn't got a shot yet. 4:07 to play.
You didn't notice that here tonight, Dave, but he is.
8th turnover. Funk is in one right now, and it's not because he's not trying, Coach. They worked on this in the shoot-around today. They said, we will go everywhere he goes. We will shade him and make somebody else do it.
Well, you know, and they don't have the extra players like we do with that much skill as Funk has.
The backcourt will have an official time next dead ball. 4 minutes to play in a half. Bradley with a 3-point lead. J.J. Twy give to Crouch to Bennett. Now back to Jeremy up high right. Somerville, who made a great pass to Heemskirk last trip, looks at him again. Crouch, a ball fake to the L on the right. In the lane, jumps in, and gets called for a charge. Tolliver took it.
Jeremy didn't really have much of a place to go that time.
3:45 to play in the half. Crouch gets his second. The Braves getting a little foul trouble here. 4th Bradley turnover, back in a minute. Creighton with the ball, Bradley with the lead, 28-25. Back in 1, you're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
No matter how healthy you are now, after age 65, you have over
Okay, Courtney, you got anything later?
Needing some kind of long-term care. That's why you need long-term care insurance from State Farm.
Got Southern Illinois 31, SMS 34, 4 minutes left in the first.
Who better to talk to than your local State Farm agent?
Indiana State 17, Northern Iowa 25, 4:28 left in the first.
Or Dick Tulane on North University in Peoria.
Statistics Center.
4:28.
The risk paying the price. Health Insurance Association.
Drake 17, Wichita State 27, 8:10 left in the first.
The Bradley Braves have a proud tradition, and so does the Peoria Banking Center of the State Bank of Spear. This is Jay Glass. The Peoria Banking Center knows what it's like to save for your family. Ask about the Young America CD for your children or grandchildren. We're the Peoria Banking Center. See us at the Candle Tree Center on North University in Peoria or online at spearbank.com. The Peoria Banking Center, a whole new way to bank. Member FDIC and Go Braves.
16-14.
Bradley basketball on 1470 WMBD.
Dave Snell, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson. Mike Sable back at Carver Arena. Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery. 100,000 welcomes await you before and after every Bradley game on State and Water on Peoria's riverfront. When you're entering Kelleher's, you're Irish. And by Ford in your local Ford store. Home of the new 2005 Ford Freestyle and 500, built for the heartland, built for the road ahead. Coach, are being out-rebounded, and that's the key.
Well, that's one of the keys, Dave. But also, only 4 turnovers by Bradley in the first half. We got Somerville with 2 assists, no turnovers, and Daniel Ruffin with 2 assists, no turnovers. And we got, on the other end, Creighton has got 3 turnovers by Funk. When we double-team him some, they got 9 turnovers in the first half.
All right, we got McKinney, Milliner, Himba. This isn't their best lineup on the floor, is it, Tolliver?
Not with Funk and Mathis on the bench.
And Watts in for Creighton. Bradley 28, Creighton 25, 3:37 to play. McKinney with it between the rings. Off a screen is jumper fired Milliner. Good, 3 ball. And ties the game. Evan Milliner ties it at 28. Got a good look from the right wing and fired it down. J.J. Twy in the backcourt pulls up his dribble. Gives to Crouch. Back to J.J. and across the timeline with a 2.5 to spare. Now Somerville. Lob to Twy and Bennett. Ruff's been on the bench for a while. Bennett get a screen from Heemskirk. Comes all the way down. Ball fake. Shoots it in. Great look by Tony as he ball faked and got a man off his feet. He's got 9. 30-28. 3:02 to play in the half. And Dana Altman off the bench for Creighton. Tells the play that he wants McKinney to run. Watt sets a screen for him. Shot clock reads 22 now, 21. Next held ball goes to Creighton. Here's Himba, penetrating kick for a Milliner three. It's up and it's bouncing, no good. Watts
Nice
the rebound, put back missed. Rebound Milliner off his hand, out of bounds. Braves got to do a little bit better work on the boards. 30-28. I think the biggest lead has been 3. It could be 4 here. Bennett with it. He's going to look at a trap and then finds Somerville and breaks it easily. The Braves have had no problem with the trap tonight. Here's a pass awry. J.J. Twy gets it back to Somerville. They'll reload. Bennett with it high right. Tony between the legs. His pull-up jumper is up and good. Foot on the line for a deuce. 32-28. Bennett's got 11. 4-point lead for Bradley. I believe that's their biggest. Here's McKinney. Look to go against Crouch, who doesn't want to get a third foul. They're going to get Howard back in the game. Creighton will. There's Tolliver. He's not going to do anything with it 20 feet away from the goal. Now Milliner. Free throw line extended to the left. Penetrate, kick, and throw it in the back court. Bennett goes for the steal. Oh, and they say he touched it, so it's clean. But the shot clock is 10. McKinney with it. Now with 9, now with 8. Bennett went for the steal instead of the over and back. Here's McKinney's long-range three is good. 32-31. With about 3 on the shot clock, McKinney was open and got it down. With 1:39 to play, he's got 5. J.J. Twy, Crouch. And now finds J.J. across the timeline with a second and a half to spare. 90 seconds to go in the half. Bradley 32, Creighton 31. It was 34-34, Northern Iowa and Bradley on Saturday night. 15 on the shot clock. J.J. Twy looks to penetrate, gives to Heemskirk. Out away from the goal, nothing to do with it. 9 on the shot clock, gives to Somerville. He looks, he gets doubled. Gives it back to Bennett. His pull-up jumper, tough three, bounces no good. Rebound Somerville in the lane. Stops, puts it down to be stripped, and it's going to go to Creighton. As he got doubled with 1:06 to go. So the Braves will get the next arrow and maybe possession to start the second half. Howard is out. Danny Adams is in. Funk is in. Lawrence Wright is in. Himba is out. Tolliver is out. Adams in for Bennett. Good substitution for Jim Lassier. Tony doesn't want to get a third foul, and neither does Crouch, and he comes out. With 1:06 to play, Bradley's lead is 32-31. It was 32-28. And then McKinney threw the three ball.
We're going into a 2-3 zone this set now too, Dave.
See what they do with Funk. Has not got a shot in the first half. Milliner with it. He's got it on the right wing now. Looks, a ball fake, looks inside. JJ's right there with him. Shot clock reads 16. Funk, McKinney. Watts, deep corner left. His jumper is missed. Rebound, and they're on. Lawrence Wright's back on the rebound with 41.7. He'll go to the line with a 1 and bonus. Dennis Howard picked it up. That's his third. Nope, that's Watts. They're 19 fouls, so this will be 1 and bonus. Watts picked up the foul, his second. So there's going to be 6 difference if they take it all the way down to the end on the shot clock. So 1 and bonus for Lawrence Wright. He's got 3 first half points.
It's hard to take it all the way down to the end with that amount of time left. And I'll be surprised if we don't give at least 10, 12 seconds to go.
Do you think that we'll go the entire first half without Nate Funk taking a shot?
I think he's taking a couple, Dave.
Well, they've got him 0 for 2. All right. But they've been few and far between.
Right. But
yeah, he is 0 for 2. Well, here's Lawrence Wright. Needs to get the first of the one in. Missed it. Got his own rebound. Loose on the floor. Put it up. It's blocked out to J.J. Twy. The Braves can take this down to the end.
Run it down now.
So he got the rebound, and Jim Les takes his first half timeout with 33.6. So the free throw was missed, but the Braves can milk this almost down to the nub. 33.6 to play, 29 on the shot clock. Coach Les has done a very good job here at the end of the half. Now, do you want to put your offensive guys in now, Coach? Or just leave them out?
Well, you know, anything about putting your offensive guys in, you may have somebody charge, for the last shot going down the lane, Dave. You wouldn't want that to happen. I don't think you're going to put O'Brien back in with just to go for one shot, especially when the other center's been scoring. I think he'll stay with what he's got.
SMS leads Southern at halftime, 43-39. They are a half game behind Wichita, which won the other night at Northern Iowa, 65-57.
We got Ruffin playing without any fouls. I thought he might bring Daniel in, but evidently he's not.
It's Adams who will inbound sideline right. Somerville, you got to figure he's going to be a part of this. See what Jim drew up here. J.J. Twy. who gets the inbounds pass. Half a minute to go. JJ against Milliner. The Braves have struggled at the end of halves. Here's Lawrence Wright bumped and was not incidental contact, so they're just running to weave out in front. With it is JJ Twy between the rings with 16, now 15. Against Milliner with 14, now 13. Three ball, Somerville partially blocked, tipped out to the Blue Jays, and it's out of bounds is McKinney, so the Braves will get it back with 9.2. Somerville, three-point shot, corner left was blocked. With 9.2 to go. Did they turn the shot clock off? Now what do we got here? And now while the officials are getting this straightened out, Jim has called the Braves over to drive up.
There should have been about, I think, a second and a half left, Dave, and because that was what was on.
So if there's a second and a half left on the shot clock, this has got to be a quickie. 9.2 to go in a half. Bradley 32, Creighton 31. They're going to check a replay monitor, I guess, to see if the ball hit the rim. Well, it didn't hit the rim. It was blocked.
I think Dave, they were
possession.
Yeah, I think it might be they'll.
Because McKinney got possession but stepped on the sideline.
If they give him possession, yeah.
Himba comes in. So the officials are taking a look at the monitor. 5 minutes until 8 in the Midwest. This has been a good basketball game, very competitive. Neither team shooting it all that well.
And we've got some real good help off the bench tonight. Be able to play that long without O'Brien.
Already a career high 7 for Brandon Heemskirk. Press hasn't bothered the Braves, has it, Coach?
No, and not at all. Of course, we got a lot of chances to look at it, Dave. Look at the press, and I didn't think it bothered near as much as they did over there.
Well, they made the adjustment because they're throwing to half court. They've got Somerville coming back. They've had Lawrence Wright come back.
We got trapped along the baseline in the corner right off the bat on the first pass a number of times over there.
5 on the shot clock. 9.2 to go in the half. And so that they did say that possession had not been established by Creighton. Sideline out of bounds right, Somerville. A lot of times the guy that inbounds will be the guy that gets the shot. Let's see if it happens this time. Slaps and looks, gives to Heemskirk. His short shot is good! That's a pretty good play.
Isolated Brandon one-on-one.
34-31. That's a pretty good play. And the Braves will have possession to begin the second half. The guy they least thought would take the shot. It was a direct pass to Brandon on the block. Gathered himself and put it in.
Well, they isolated him one-on-one down there, and fine pass from Somerville, and just a turnaround layup for Brandon, who played very well.
I'll tell you, that was the Braves have not played at the end of halves all that well this year, but Jim Les orchestrated that 2 minutes almost to perfection. Got his guys out when he needed to, took his time out when he needed to, and diagrammed a play that scored at the buzzer. We're at halftime. Bradley 34. That's what they had the other night against Northern Iowa, except this time Foster didn't throw in a 3-ball. Creighton 31, and Bradley will have possession to open the second half. The Paradise Hotel Casino halftime reports coming up. Braves lead it by 3, 34-31. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on WMBD Peoria, Illinois.
It's 3 a.m., and as new moms and dads rock and hum and sway and soothe, they also wonder and worry. Is the baby wet?
Hungry? Do we need diapers?
With so many new things to worry about, don't let life insurance be one of them. Turn to someone who understands you and your life.
Thanks for helping me out.
State Farm Agent.
See State Farm Agent Roger Begley on North Knoxville in Peoria, or Dick Tulane on North University in Peoria.
Revolutionize your office with the new Konica Minolta BizHub from CDS Office Technologies. It may be the most important piece of office equipment you can purchase. The BizHub is a full-color printer, copier, and scanner that's accessible from anywhere, within your office or around the world. Nothing else compares to its amazing, affordable color, and nothing compares to its versatility. So call CDS to learn more about the Konica Minolta BizHub. CDS, they connect people.
The only one I have two. I have Southern Illinois 39, SMS 34 halftime. Drake 36, Wichita State 35 halftime. And then Indiana State 22, Northern Iowa 27, 1 minute left.
Welcome Courtney just tells us that Drake is ahead of Wichita at halftime, 36-35. Yeah, and we've got
I think we had more numbers than that, David.
We have a different score Courtney gave us than the one at SMS Southern. They have it turned around. So.
And Wichita, I'll check them both.
We have Drake leading 36-35 over Wichita at the half. That would be hard to believe. Northern Iowa with a minute to go in the half, 27-22 over Indiana State. And we're checking the Southern Illinois SMS score at halftime. Illinois State blew out Evansville last night, 77-59 at Redbird Arena. And Wichita beat Northern Iowa at the Unidome on Monday, 65-57. Well, we welcome you to the Paradise Hotel Casino Halftime Report. Visit Paradise now every Wednesday through February 2nd. You can win one of their 25 Leaving for Las Vegas Stardust-bound packages. Prime Rewards members can win a 4-day, 3-night Vegas trip for two, including airfare and hotel from the Paradise Hotel Casino. And our halftime stats are brought to you by Rainer Door. Coach, you've got the numbers for Bradley and Creighton.
Right, and first, Somerville, Dave, only has one basket, 2 shots, several good passes from Marcel. Not sure how many assists he had, but he made several good passes. Lawrence Wright off the bench has a basket, 1 out of 3 from the free throw line for his 3. Tony Bennett, after he got back in, when he came in after those 2 fouls, ends up with 5 baskets. 1 of those from three-point range for a total 11. Daniel Ruffin played and did not score for Daniel. Jeremy Crouch had a 3, made his only 2 free throws for a total of 5. Michael Rembert made his only 2 free throws for 2. Brandon Heemskirk with a big lift off the bench had 4 baskets, split 2 free throws for 9. J.J. Ty with a basket for 2. They were Bradley 6 of 9 from the free throw line.
How big was Brandon in the first half? All of that 7-1 and more. And Mike Rembert made a good contribution as well.
Well, he did. Rembert with a couple of points, a couple of free throws. Neither one of them the best free throws, but Mike was able to get a couple in. Also had a couple of blocks and a couple of helps around the basket. So with O'Brien not scoring and only playing 2 or 3 minutes, why we got real good help at the center spot.
For the Blue Jays coach, they're balanced as usual, except their main guy yet to score.
Done a good job on Funk. Also done a good job on Jimmy Motts. He's capable of hitting the 3. He hasn't scored as well either, Dave. For Creighton, Walt he has a basket, and he's 2 out of 3 from the line for 4. Anthony Tolliver has the baskets and a surprising 3 out of 3 from the line for 5. Nate Funk has a basket.
I don't have him for any, coach.
So you have none over there?
No, he's got the 2 free throws.
I gave him McKinney's then. McKinney wouldn't like that either. 2 free throws for Funk, which he got early, Dave, for his only scoring then in the first half.
It's hard to believe he hasn't scored from the field.
We got McKinney with 2 baskets, 1 of 3 for 5. Johnny Matthews has 3 baskets for 6. Kellen Milner has 2 baskets for a total of 5. Jeffrey Day has 2 free throws for 2. They are 9 out of 10 from the free throw line.
We're getting the official stats here, Coach, and take a look at Bradley shooting 39%, 42% for the Blue Jays.
But here again, we get 9 more shots. That's what happened to us when we got beat today. We didn't get enough shots. Here we're 9 up on shots.
This is what a team is about. You have 2 points from Somerville, your leading scorer in the first half. You have no points from Patrick O'Brien, and you got a 3-point lead at halftime, and that's because of the play of the other postmen.
Yeah, that and our defense, Dave. We've held 5 turnovers for Bradley in the first half, maybe our lowest in the first half of this year.
Against pressure, but it's not really caused a problem. Bradley's out-rebounded them 20-17 now in the first half, and Bradley's leading rebounder is Lawrence Wright with 6 first-half rebounds. 6 rebounds in 9 minutes. That's not too shabby. Well, it's Drake does lead Wichita 36-35 at the half. Northern Iowa 27-22 over Indiana State at the half, and we're still checking on that SMS score.
Incidentally, Dave, I'd like to express our condolences to the family of Jack Driscoll. Jack is a big Bradley fan. He's been sick for quite some time. He passed away yesterday, and just it's certainly too bad.
He was such a great Bradley fan.
Pardon?
Great Bradley fan.
Really was. And we played a bunch of us guys, Eddie Dwyer and Chuck O'Brien and Jack played softball together about 65 years ago for a number of years and had a lot of fun. And Jack was well liked by everybody.
Balloon Man performing at halftime with Bradley and Drake. Now the Braves will have possession to open the second half. It'll be interesting to see what they run. Jim has pulled a lot of strings here tonight, and most of them have all worked.
Well, I'll give Bennett a little credit too, Dave. He came in with 2 fouls fairly early in that second, in the first half, and was able to score and not foul, and you can't always do that, so that was a big factor as well.
We'll take our 5-minute break and be back on the Paradise Hotel Casino halftime report. It's Bradley 34, Creighton 31. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
Things are really heating up in Paris.
Dave, I went to ESPN.com also, and they had the same thing.
Through February 2nd, and you can win one of our 25.
You must be right then, Courtney. It just doesn't seem like that should be the score.
Rewards members can win a 4-day, 3-night Las Vegas trip for 2, including airfare and hotel. Winners must be present at the drawings. Visit Paradise for details on how you can win a fantastic getaway for 2 to Las Vegas.
Is your life getting simpler? If you're like the rest of us, probably not. Hi, this is Bill Schock of the Inland Company. We are independent insurance agents. Being an independent insurance agency is not a simple thing to do. There are over 1,500 insurance companies doing business in the United States. It is not a simple task to evaluate and offer the best of the best, but that is what we do for you. We are the Inland Company, independent insurance agents, eager to work for you.
Hey, Central Illinois, it's Al Raboski for Hewatech Waterproofing and Structural Repair. When you've got a leaky basement that just won't stay dry, Hewatech will make your home better. Hewitt technicians perform a sophisticated evaluation of your waterproofing problem and share it with their in-house engineers for a technical solution. They will install the HydroWave waterproofing system, which has been used worldwide without failure. Call Hewatech at 1-800-246-9721 for a free evaluation.
Heal your home with Hewatech.
Hi, this is Old Man Winter with some advice from Illinois American Water that'll save you money. When Old Man Winter starts to blow, your pipes start to freeze, and your plumber begins to smile because he's about to send you a big repair bill. To keep your water flowing smoothly, keep a lead-thin stream of water running from your faucet overnight. At a rate of 1/8 gallon per minute, you only use 75 gallons over 10 hours. That costs less than 22 cents a night. Common sense from the Peoria, Pekin, and Lincoln districts of Illinois American Water.
I'm Ed Hammond in the news now. No one injured when 3 shots rang out at Woodruff High School about 9 this morning. The 15-year-old shooter who attends the school arrested about 3.5 hours later. Parents waited outside for about 3 hours as police made a sweep of the building. The school official says mobile metal detectors will be used as students enter the school tomorrow. Peoria and Tazewell County law enforcement say the man believed to be involved in a majority of cases involving 10 dead or missing African-American women is behind bars. Larry Bright will be charged in the murder of Linda Neal, whose body was found last September in Tazewell County. Peoria County State's Attorney Kevin Lyon says Bright will most likely be charged in the deaths of 7 more, which could include those missing. Lyon says tips from the public and hard work of the task force investigating the case led to the arrest. Your WMBD Weather Channel forecast: partly cloudy tonight, low 15, sunny, breezy, 28 tomorrow, increasing clouds 33 on Friday. Ed Hammond, 1470 WMBD.
Talking to Allstate agents Brian Burwell and Terry Vaughn can really make a driver feel safe. When you call them, you get a knowledgeable insurance agent who's there when you need help, whose name is in the same phone book as yours, who can see if you qualify for discounts or tell you what insurance on a new car will cost. Sure, lots of companies can sell you insurance, but no one has people like Allstate. Allstate Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois. Call Brian Burwell or Terry Vaughn. You're in good hands with Allstate. Snoring. Did you know that it can be a sign of a deadly health condition? Sleep apnea and snoring are very common, but are seldom taken seriously. If you snore, contact the Hopedale Medical Complex Sleep Disorder Center. The call could prevent the conditions that threaten not only your sleep, but your overall health. Sleep testing and treatment is painless and covered by insurance and Medicare. Call the Hopedale Medical Complex Sleep Disorder Center, 1-866-720-HOPE, where better sleep means better health.
The 2005 Missouri Valley Conference men's basketball season culminates with an exciting weekend of Arch Madness during the State Farm MVC Tournament March 4th through the 7th at Savas Center in St. Louis. You'll see some of the best college basketball in the nation as the tournament champion gets an automatic bid for the NCAA championship. Arch Madness tickets on sale now by calling the Bradley Ticket Office at 309-677-2625 or by visiting archmadness.com. The MVC Tournament is presented by ConAgra Foods, Diet Pepsi, Edward Jones, and FSN Midwest.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and the weight goes troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
When you want your clogged drains and sewer lines to open up, Roto-Rooter of Peoria is just a call away. All kinds of things can find their way where they're not supposed to, and then the troubles begin. Call the professionals at Roto-Rooter, 685-0331, and see your troubles go away. Roto-Rooter of Peoria, they're ready to help you.
Call Roto-Rooter, that's the name, and the weight goes troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Taking no prisoners and telling it like it is. The Savage Nation with Michael Savage. Weeknight 6 to 9 on Peoria's news and talk station.
Here we go.
1470 WMBD.
Okay. Welcome back on the Paradise Hotel Casino halftime report. It's Bradley 34, Creighton 31. Our good friend Kurt Pegler coming up to say hello. A pretty good first half, Coach. You know, just because Creighton's not on top of the league, just don't think that this is not a good basketball team. They've beaten Ohio State. They have beaten Nebraska at Nebraska. They
won a couple games on the road in the conference already as well.
One at Northern Iowa, which is a tough place to play. And so...
and we're only shooting 39%, Dave, and played without Patrick Bryant the last 16 minutes. So all in all, I think that's a pretty good first half. Yeah. Incidentally, Moose, I don't know if you knew, Dave, but Ken Golden slipped on the ice out of his condo and really is laid up.
Well, he's in the hospital, isn't he?
Yeah, well, I think he's out now, but they have the x-rayed for maybe possibly fractured vertebrae. And, of course, people down here, everybody goes to a lot of the Bradley events and then realize that Moose is behind a lot of the things go on. You want something done, Moose, if he doesn't do it, he can certainly get somebody to do it for you. So we hope Moose can recover pretty fast. And if anybody's a little short of change, why, they could probably pick up a couple bucks playing Moose Gin. He might like some company up there.
Well, his son-in-law did a fine job at the luncheon today in his stead, but there's only one Moose.
That's right.
I hope... I know Ken's listening tonight, and hello to him, and I don't know where Bradley would be without him. 90 seconds until the start of the second half. That is the Paradise Hotel Casino halftime report. Bradley 34, Creighton 31. Braves ball when we come back to start the second half. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball, 1470 WMBD.
Talking to Allstate agents James Roberts and Chuck Hubert can really make a driver feel safe. When you call them, you get a knowledgeable insurance agent who's there when you need help, whose name is in the same phone book as yours, who can see if you qualify for discounts or tell you what insurance on a new car will cost. Sure, lots of companies can sell you insurance, but no one has people like Allstate. Allstate Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois. Call James Roberts or Chuck Hubert. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Revolutionize your office with a new Konica Minolta BizHub from CDS Office Technologies. It may be the most important piece of office equipment you can purchase.
Dave, did you hear me tell Coach the scores I found were the same on ESPN.com?
Within your
okay,
office,
what was the Southern score again?
Nothing else compares to its amazing, affordable color. And
it was Southern Illinois 39, SMS 43.
The Konica Minolta BizHub.
Okay.
CDS. They connect people.
Thank you.
WMBD Traffic 1 every 15 minutes.
Well, hold up, there'll be a couple upsets there.
WMBD.
Face now, Joe Stoll, Jim Watson, Mike Sable back at Carver Arena. And Courtney Bickerman always does a great job of getting us the Valley scores. And it is SMS leading it to half, 43-39 over Southern Illinois. And Drake 36, Wichita 35 at the half. They'll tear down Coke Arena if they lose to Drake at home. All right, the Braves second half. Crouch will inbound. He's got Ruffin and O'Brien, Somerville, and Tony Bennett, who's played great. And it's inbounded to Ruff. He'll bring the ball across the timeline with a three-point lead. Ruff didn't score in the first half. And with it is Bennett. Look to penetrate in the lane. Short shot misses. And it went off of his hand.
Kind of a finger roll.
And O'Brien was there but didn't get connection, so Bradley fails their first possession, and here comes McKinney. Let's see what Funk does this half. He drives to the basket, penetrate and kick. Milliner, and now McKinney. Stutter step dribble in the lane. Give to Funk. 3-ball corner left is good. There we go.
Well, they had good ball movement that time, and they gave him an open shot.
His first field goal comes on the first possession of the second half. Braves breaking at the other end. Somerville in the lane. Pull up 10-footer is good from Ruffin. As they broke the pressure easily, 36-34 at the other end. O'Brien tips the ball away, almost got a steal, but Tolliver a skip pass to Watson. Now McKinney. The long arm of OB almost got an intercept. Played a minute, 36-34 Bradley. Here in the second half, Funk got the 3-ball down. The Braves scored in returning. Here's a post pass inside. Watts turnaround jumper, rims no good. And the rebound is tipped in by Tolliver.
Pretty nice tip by Tolliver.
Ties it at 36 as Tolliver got the tip. Here's Crouch as the Braves break the pressure across the timeline against Mathis. And a run the half-court offense, 36-36. With it is Crouch to the baseline. He hangs and fires and is blocked out of bounds. Braves will inbound. 20 on the shot clock, 18:31 to play. Even at 36. It was 34-31 at the break. So 5-2 thanks to the Funk 3-ball. Here is Ruffin in the corner right.
Trying to play a 2-3 zone on this inbounds. Creighton.
Somebody give the ball to Jeremy on a wing and let him fire it up there. Skip passes.
They got him.
There it is. Corner right. Looks good. Is ribbing no good. Rebound Somerville. Back up in the lane. Short shot bounces no good. And a rebound taken down Funk this time. Braves had a couple of good cracks. Man, that looked good from the corner for Crouch. It didn't go. McKinney with it. Brings it to the left wing. Posting inside is Tolliver. They're trying to deny it. Here's a ball inside Tolliver. Charge. Good position from the weak side by Tony Bennett. 2 minutes into the second half, 36-36, first team foul on the Blue Jays and first team foul of the second half.
We do a good job, Dave, and they try and isolate the center down low, whoever the weak side man was. That time was Tony Bennett. They do a good job in getting that weak side pass.
10th turnover for the Blue Jays. Here's Ruffin having the ball knocked away and taken away by McKinney. 6th Bradley turnover. McKinney across the timeline. He drives all the way down. Penetrate for a Funk 3, corner left is good.
And just enough room for him that time. You get him that kind of shot, he's going to make it.
Creighton has their biggest lead, 39-36. Funk has 2 threes here in the second half. And here is Bennett. Now it's Somerville. He beats Watts into the lane. Pull-up jumper is up and bounces no good. O'Brien's put back is up, missed. He's having a tough night.
Yeah, he's right there for it. Just missed
and
the shot.
McKinney with it now. As Creighton is on a run, they started smartly here in the second half. Watts with it, now Funk. Bennett's on him. Post pass is given in to Tolliver. And now back out. 2-man game with Mathis as a ball and a hold is on O'Brien as he held Tolliver on the floor at 17-10. 3rd foul on O'Brien. Here comes Moats in. Inbound time for the Blue Jays. And Jim Les wants a timeout. That's a good timeout. This will be a full, even though it's a 30-second, as Creighton with a ball and a 39-36 lead. And that's what you had to worry about, Coach. It's only a matter of time before Nate Funk gets active.
Well, he can make the 3. There's no question about that. We've seen him do it enough. And we did such a good job at both denying the ball and then guarding him and switching on him in the first half. He didn't have many opportunities, but he got his legs under him in both those shots and made us pay.
Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Roto-Rooter. Make your clog drains go away. Call Roto-Rooter of Peoria, 685-0331. And by Schnucks Markets, proud sponsors of Bradley women's basketball on 1470 WMBD. Listen for their next game, February 10th against Evansville, with Joe Stoll and Ed Hammond. The Braves and the Aces. Yeah, we don't, our monitor's out up here, so we can't tell you what the shooting is for the second half, but Evansville, or rather Creighton, has made a real effort to get Nate Funk involved, and he's hit 2 jumpers from the deep left corner for 3s. So the Braves have been outscored here in the second half, 8-2. And a 3-point lead for the Blue Jays, and they will be inbounding here. Can't get stuck on a number, Coach.
No, no, we got that was the third foul on Patrick O'Brien too. So you know he only played 4 minutes the first half. We don't want him in trouble here.
They're really going at him, aren't they?
Well, and this is not a skilled player, but if he shoots it right into you, they generally go along with the offensive end.
The Braves are 1 of 7 to start the second half. They've missed some easy shots. All right, this will be an inbound situation for Creighton. Waiting for the second horn here. The Braves have 3 timeouts left, 2:30s and a full. And the Blue Jays will inbound with McKinney on the Ian Braves.
Funk with 2 shots in the second half, both threes, David. He made them both.
His first field goal came on their first possession. The Braves failed on their first. McKinney to inbound. The count is 2. And they give it to Funk in the corner on the right. Now Moats, he tees it up for 3. That's in and out. Rebound O'Brien, almost pushed off. And give to Daniel Ruffin, who hasn't scored yet. He's across the timeline. Now it's O'Brien up high. Played a little over 3 minutes, and an illegal screen or a hold. It's on Moats. His second, team second. Reload that shot clock at 16:54 for the game. Inbound right is Ruffin.
Probably against the 2-3 zone again.
See if Crouch gets a shot. Inbounds is to Bennett. There's Crouch on the left. Skip passes Somerville. There's a 3. There's 3 points to tie
Had a
the
good
game.
screen for Somerville down low that time, and Marcellus just nailed it.
He's got 8, and we're even at 39. So there went the lead on the 98-3 of the year. With it is Funk. Now McKinney brings it to the right. Splits 2. Inside layup is good. Too easy.
Nice drive.
So he took it in to Ruffin and scored. 41-39. Blue Jays up again. 7 points for McKinney. His average is 5.5. Ruffin or Bennett with it. Free throw line extended to the left. Give to Somerville. Looks at O'Brien inside. Somerville's 3 ball. That's good again. 99th 3 of the year. He's got 10. He had 7 before. And we'll have an official time in the next head ball. Bradley 42, Creighton 41 on the 3 ball. Back-to-back threes by Somerville, who's getting busy now. He and Funk, the first team all-conference guys. With it is Funk. Uh-oh, 3 ball is up and good again. Bennett didn't get out.
If you didn't believe before that he can shoot it, you can believe it now.
44-42. As Creighton gets the 2-point lead again on the 3 ball by Funk. He's got 9 in the second half. Here's Bennett, stutter step dribble, goes all the way down, bounce pass O'Brien, but he stepped out of bounds. On the pass.
Yeah, he's looking for O'Brien. He had nowhere to go. He's shut off the baseline. His foot was on the line before he made the pass.
Mathis in, Himba in. Creighton's ball with the lead. 44-42, 15:32 to play for the ball game. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
Jack Frost, there's no sense denying it. We want the cold
Maybe
hard
get some more
facts.
scores, Dave.
I froze them, but people make it so easy. I freeze their pipes, then they have no water, no shower, no coffee.
How can you be stopped?
Well, just keep a thin stream of water flowing through your pipes on freezing nights about the size of a pencil lead.
Seems too simple. What else?
Keeping your cabinet doors open under the sink helps too, and that's it. That's all I know.
Now it's in the deep freeze for you, buddy. Lock 'em up, boys.
Water, keep it flowing and help stop Jack Frost. This message brought to you by your Peoria, Pekin, and Lincoln districts of Illinois American Water.
From the glory days at Robertson Fieldhouse to the Jim Les era, the Bradley
we might be
Braves
a little
have
trouble
proud
this game,
tradition.
Coach. I don't
And
like
so
the way it's
does
going.
Peoria
Well,
Banking
not the way
Center
it
of
is
the
now.
State
A long
Bank
time
of
to go,
Spears.
though, Dave.
This is Jay Glass. The Peoria Banking Center knows what it's like to save for your family. Ask about the Young America CD for your children or grandchildren. We're the Peoria Banking Center. See us at the Campbell Free Center on North University in Peoria or online at spearbank.com. The Peoria Banking Center.
There's a difference,
whole new
Dave.
way to bank.
There's 9
Member
points for the first
FDIC
time out, Dave.
And go Braves.
9 points for the first
The
time out.
3D Morning Show with Dan DiOrio, Doc Watson, and Dave Dahl. Mornings 6 to 10 on Peoria's news and talk station. 1470 WMBD.
Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Heritage Bank. If you have a son or daughter between the ages of 8 and 12, register them to be an honorary ball boy or ball girl at any Heritage Bank location. Winners will be notified and announced prior to each home game. And Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Bisher, Miraz, and Varnas Chiropractic. Call for the next Share and Care Day. The number is 686-8400. Bisher, Miraz, Varnas Chiropractic, the trusted name in chiropractic. Rebounds, 23 Bradley, 22 Creighton. The Braves with 7 turnovers, 10 for the Blue Jays. No points for Patrick O'Brien yet. Somerville has 10 and Bennett has 11.
I wouldn't be surprised if they'll try and go inside and get the 4th foul on Patrick. We'll see what happens. 2-2-1 press by Bradley in the full court.
Himba rather. McKinney. I was thinking of Kevin McKenna, the star of years ago. McKinney makes it across the timeline, worked against Ruffin, takes it to the wing on the left and gets a screen. And then the ball's knocked away and taken away by Ruffin. And a foul is called on McKinney, or the Braves would have had a layup. And that's the first on McKinney.
Good defense by Daniel.
Ruff gets a steal. And so on the turnover, the 11th for the Blue Jays, Jeremy Crouch will inbound and a chance to tie it up or get the lead on the 3 ball. And here's Ruff. Looks at Jim Less. And the call of the play is Crouch.
I don't think they can guard something on the post.
Bennett. Mathis has him. Tony goes to the floor and calls timeout. Slipped. And the Braves have 2 timeouts remaining. 15:01 to play. A full and a 30 left for the Braves. As between the rings, Bennett slipped and had to call the timeout. Bradley basketball brought to you by Methodist Hospital, the first Illinois hospital south of Chicago to earn the Magnet Award for Best Patient Care. Jim Less Live brought to you by O'Brien Pioneer Park Hyundai right after Braves Extra next Monday night, 6 to 7:30. Scores, 12 minutes to go. Drake 48, Wichita, or Drake 49, Wichita 48. 1470, no 1170, that's our call line. That's our frequency. 11:40 to play. Indiana State 40, Northern Iowa 39. What's going on? SMS 52, Southern 43. 4 minutes into the second half. Here the Braves are down a deuce 5 minutes in. 44-42. Skip passes to Bennett. Tony looks to penetrate. Jump passes to Ruffin. Fakes the pass inside to Somerville. Brings it out. 12-11 on the shot clock. Lob is to O'Brien. Up, down, up, in. First deuce. Bennett gets the assist and ties the game at 44 with 14:40 to play for the game. See if the Braves can get a stop here. With it is Milliner. Free throw line extended to the left. Watches Mathis roll through the lane. McKinney with it. Wants to get a screen from Howard, who's in. McKinney to the baseline. Penetrate and kick Himba. Now Milliner takes it down the lane. And Himba again. 13 on the shot clock. Now Mathis brings it out high. Gets a screen from Himba. And Ruffin has to try to trail Mathis. The shot is blocked by O'Brien. He's doubled. And then Wall's knocked out of bounds. The Braves will have it with 14-12. First block of the game. Number 51 of the year for the freshman from Blaine, Minnesota.
They're looking for funk on their offense, Dave, and he's not in the game.
Won't be long, though. Here's Crouch. So. Count is 2. The count is 3. Gives to Somerville, who has doubled. Back to Jeremy. And Crouch will bring it across the timeline. With a second and a half to spare, he gives to Ruffin. Braves tied at 44, 6 minutes in. Ruff with it. Mathis is riding him a little bit. Gives it to Somerville. Sellis, and a hold is on Howard. 14 fouls. And Dana Altman thought there was a 3 seconds. Howard's 4th. And Day will come in. Jeffrey Day. Got to get that 1-and-1 here pretty soon, Coach. You get to the line. The Braves are 6 of 9. Howard is out and Day is in. Inbound time, Ruffin left. 13:55 to play. Bradley 44, Creighton 44. Ruffin to inbound. See where this is going. Lob to the goal.
Lob it over his head.
Throw it away and picked up by Mathis at the other end. His layup is crotched and he's fouled by Bennett.
Well, it saved the basket. Tony was behind him, did foul him, but he saved the basket.
His 3rd, and so Creighton will go for the lead here. 8 turnovers now for the Braves. Mathis will go to the line to try to give Creighton a 2-point lead again. He's 76%, 35 of 46, and J.J. Twy will come in. 6 points for Mathis. This is his first trip to the free throw line. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball. Free throws good.
He's the quickest one player they got.
On WMBD Peoria, Illinois, Creighton 45-44 now, and J.J. Twy's in for Bennett, who just picked up his 3rd foul. Tony has 11 points. One more Mathis. That's good. Creighton at the line is 11 of 12.
11 of 12.
And here's Somerville, gives to J.J. Twy. Back to Crouch in the backcourt with 5 to spare. 4, 3, and now across the timeline, Twy to Jeremy Crouch, the Pekin freshman. He's got it between the rings, gives to Somerville. Pull-up jumper from 13, bounce it, no good. Rebound taken down Blue Jays. Here comes Milliner across the timeline. 1-point lead in the ball for the Blue Jays. Turnaround hooker is day good.
O'Brien just a little slow in getting back that time.
47-44 matches Creighton's biggest lead, and Funk will come back on the next dead ball. 13-13 to play. Arching passes given to Ruffin. Heemskirk will come in as well. Ruff with it, look at a lob, not there. Somerville steps out. High-low is thrown away. Tried to hit O'Brien. 9th turnover for the Braves.
It wasn't really there. It wasn't thrown to the basket. It was thrown a little bit out away from it. That wasn't there really.
O'Brien is out. And Heemskirk is in at 13:02. Don't want to let Creighton get too far ahead. 7 minutes into the second half. With it, Mathis across the timeline. The Braves have won 15 in a row at home. They're getting a test here tonight. Here's a 3-ball. Milliner is up and good. Straight away. And that's a 7-point lead for the Blue Jays, their biggest. And here is Twy in the backcourt. Makes a bad pass. Ruffin with 5-4 to make it up. Now it's Crouch who comes down. His lean-in shot from 13 bounces off, no good. And the rebound, the Braves are stuck on a number here. Comes Mathis across the timeline. Looks to take the 3, didn't. Day out in front, Himba. This is a big stop. The Braves need to get it here. Funk with it, free throw line extended on the right. Mathis gives to Himba, drives down to the baseline. Pull-up jumper is rimming, no good. Crouch the rebound, in and out of his hands. It's a held ball, it'll go to Creighton. At 12:11 to play. The Braves are stuck on a number here, Coach, 44.
Yeah, they really are.
Watts is in. Himba is out. It's not been the pressure, it's been the inability to put the ball in the basket here.
That's right, we're not shooting the ball well at all. The pressure hasn't hurt us.
Inbound is Mathis. On the right, looks at Funk, gives to Day against Heemskirk. Hands off to Funk, who goes down the lane, penetrate and kick. Nice look for a 3-ball and another 3-point foul on Crouch.
Well, that shouldn't happen once in the game, let alone twice, Dave. You just don't foul on the outside shot.
So a chance to go 10 up now, as that's the second time Jeremy has fouled a 3-point shot.
That's his 3rd foul, too.
This is getting serious here. Milner to the line, and he will have 3 free throws. They're 11 of 12 from the free throw line.
Well, you got plenty of time. We just got to play a little better and shoot a little better.
Free throw 1 misses badly. They got their money's worth out of their miss, didn't they? Braves are 4 of 12 in the second half. Milner's second. That's good. It's an 8-point lead. Braves have been outscored here in the second half. They've got 10, 21-10, and another one loaded up here for Milliner. Trying to make it a 9-point lead for the Blue Jays. He got that one in. Got to get off this 44. 44 has been for a couple minutes here. Inbounds passes to Ruffin. Gets doubled, threw it away. Twy gets it behind his back. Good. JJ did a good job of hanging on to it. Now brings it out. There's a lot of pressure on the half court here with the Blue Jays. The count was on. Give it to Somerville. Sellis with it. Looks inside at Heemskirk. Gives it to him. Backs in. Stops and walks.
That's too bad. Brandon might have the layup, Dave. He just completed the play.
Official time. Creighton with a 9-point lead. Bradley's 10th turnover, 53-44. Blue Jays by 9, and they have the ball. When we come back in a minute, you're listening to Bradley Braves basketball at 1470 WMBD.
When building the perfect team, one must start with perfect parts. Players, coaches, trainers. It takes time, practice, and patience. No one knows this better than Ford because it takes the same principles to build the perfect lineup of vehicles. Like the all-new 2000.
I have Southern Illinois 50, SMS 66, 11, 10 in the second.
The best-selling truck 27 years running.
Indiana State 42, Northern Iowa 44, 10:07 in the second.
17 years running.
Drake 52, Wichita State 51, 9:55 in the second.
Equipped with independent rear suspension, forward safety canopy, and rollover sensor, plus the roomiest third-row seat, there's no wonder why it's been the best.
Like all the home teams are sweating, Dave.
Running. Get to your local Ford store for big cashback or low APR on Super Duty F-150 Ranger and
Are they on the road?
And check out Ford's next generation of vehicles, including F500, Freestyle, and the all-new Mustang. Best-selling based on 2003 calendar year sales. Ford, built for the heartland, built for the road ahead.
Hannitizing Peoria. Sean Hannity, afternoons 2 to 4 on Peoria's News and Talk Station, 1470 WMBD.
Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Country Insurance and Financial Agents. The agents of the game tonight are Ron Remmel in Peoria, Steve O'Neill in Pekin, and Joe Worth in Morton. The Braves cold here in the second half. They're 17 of 45 for the game, 39%. 49% for the Blue Jays.
Somerville with 8 points in the second half, Dave, and O'Brien with 2, and that's all we've got.
And let's see, Ruffin, Twy, Lawrence Wright, maybe he can give him a spark. Somerville, and Ruff along with Heemskirk. Well, the Blue Jays playing with a lot of confidence here now, as they've gotten the lead, and the Braves have been on 44 for a while. I know it was 44-44, so they've scored 9 in a row. Might have been 44-41.
I think it might have been, Dave.
Here's Watts to inbound against Mathis. Got to get some stops here. Still a lot of time.
Plenty of time.
Mathis across the timeline. And a screen. Milliner. Mathis to the baseline. Pull up 10-footer is missed. Rebound taken down by Ruffin. So there's a stop. Can the Braves get a score? Need to get them stuck on a number. Ruff with it. Heemskirk out high. Looks for the drop down, looks for the guard. Somerville gets a man in the air. His pull-up 17-footer short, drops off no good. Rebound is off a couple of hands and lost out of bounds, and the Braves will have it. New shot clock with 11:12 to play. Rebounds 25-24 Blue Jays at this point. Inbound left is Ruffin. McKinney will come in for the Blue Jays and replacing Milliner.
I'll tell you, Milner always hurts us, Dave. He's got 10 points on the game tonight, 2 of them threes.
22 here last year, his career high. Count is 2, the count is 3, and who's holding away from playing a legal screen and a turnover? J.J. Twy. His first foul and a legal screen, and there's another turnover.
And turnover not caused by the other team.
11-11 to play. That's 11th turnover for the Braves. So they got their stop but couldn't score. McKinney, and there's a ball off Funk on a point-to-wing pass out of bounds. Their 12th turnover.
Well, they're giving us chances. We just got to put the ball in the basket.
Eddie Jackson says anybody want to inbounds this, and so Lawrence Wright will. I think we got to get O'Brien involved in this game a little bit more, Coach, when he gets in there, when he gets back.
Yeah, he's out now.
Lawrence Wright, and the inbounds pass gives back to Twy, who makes a terrible
soft pass.
Bad pass, and here's a Mathis 3. That's up and good. It's a 5-point turnaround.
There was no excuse for that pass, Dave.
56-44. J.J. Twy threw it right into the passing lane. It was picked in a 3-ball. And a 12-point lead for the Blue Jays. And the crowd is getting very restless. With it is Ruffin. Twy with it between the rings. Looks at Heemskirk out high. Nice screen for Brandon. And a pick and roll, not much movement. High post, look for the drop down pass. Ruffin, 13-12 on the shot clock. Ruff with it. Looks at Somerville. Ruffin going to take it down the lane, penetrate and give to Somerville with 5. Now with 4, free throw line jumper is missed. Rebound taken down Ruffin with 10:15 to play.
A little more movement, some screens on our offense.
Lawrence Wright, now Somerville to the baseline. Penetrate and kick for a J.J. 3. Corner left. Good. Big shot. The 100th 3 of the year. He gets the Braves back within 9. 10 minutes to go in the game. 56-47. Cross-court pass is made now. Mathis loses, gets it back. Takes it in the left wing. Post pass inside Day. Going to back up against Heemskirk. 16 on the shot clock. 2-man game with McKinney left. Going to take it to the lane. Kick it out. Watts got a man in the air. Somerville fouled him. Wasn't called. 3-point shot misses. Rebound taken down Lawrence Wright. Down 9 with 9.5 to play. Here's Ruff. Go to the free throw line. Kick it off J.J. Twy. Didn't take the shot. Somerville, a ball fake. Going to take it to the lane. Short shot, good.
Good job by Marcellus.
7-point game. Here comes the crowd. 56-49.
Nice little fake by Marcellus and the soft jumper.
McKinney across the timeline and timeout Dana Altman with 9:11 to play. So the Braves get a big 3 from J.J. Twy and a 2 from Somerville and cut the 56-49.
Somerville was hung on that baseline drive, Dave. He was right at the basket, nowhere to go, and he saw J.J. in the corner, smiled up, and he gave it to him, and J.J. is able to get it home.
Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Heritage Bank. If you have a son or daughter between 8 and 12, register them to be an honorary ball boy or ball girl at any Heritage Bank location. Winners will be notified and announced prior to each home game. The later scores we had was Drake 52-51 over Wichita with 9:55 to play. SMS 66-50 with 11:10 to play over Southern Illinois. And Indiana State, yeah, we'll have to check on that one. And yeah, Lawrence Wright is going to come out. Bennett is in for him. And Crouch is in, and so is O'Brien. So Jim is going with his frontline folks here. And here's McKinney. See if the Braves can get another stop. 56-49.
We're in the zone this time, Dave. 2-3.
Mathis, Funk's
on the bench.
No, he's in there now.
There he
Coach
is now,
just
right.
came in. Skip passes Moats. His 3-ball is up and good. Left corner.
He had quite a little room in the shot.
Back to a 10-point lead for the Blue Jays. 59-49. They're throwing them in from 3. They're 8 of 16 from 3-point range. So it's a 10-point lead. And Bennett has it. Free throw line extended on the right. They're playing tonight on Somerville. The count is on. The count is still on. And now Ruffin bails him out. And Jim last one at time because there was going to be a 5-second count, and the Braves have one timeout remaining. One full timeout remaining, and it's 59-49, a 10-point lead for the Blue Jays, who are 49% from the field, but 8 of 16 from 3. And they are hitting their shots tonight.
They got 6 of those 8 in the second half, Dave.
Remember, they gave a game away on Saturday to the Redbirds, who just went and took it. Trey Guidry went and took it. That's what happened. He had 30 big ones.
Illinois State playing well. You got to give them credit.
They're also 13 of 15 from the free throw line. And the Braves and Jeremy Crouch has fouled 2 3-point shots tonight. So, but there's still a bunch of time. We got to get the crowd into this. Just keep pecking away. Ruffin to inbound sideline right. Really struggled to get it in. Here's Bennett, going to take it down the lane, all the way down. Tony, left-hander, is missed, but he's fouled. He'll go to the line for a pair with 8:33 to play.
They have a chance to score now. The clock stopped.
Tolliver picked it up. His second. 5th team foul on Creighton, but this will be 2 free throws for Tony Bennett. He's 75%. He's not shot one tonight. Milliner will come in after the first free throw. First one, Tony, is good. 59-50. Our magic number tonight was 69. Creighton's 10 away.
A lot of time, though, Dave.
Got to play better defense now.
Play better defense and get a few balls in the basket, both.
One more for Bennett. Tries to cut it to 8. He did. Tony's got 13. 59-51. Creighton with the ball and an 8-point lead. 8:27 to play. Bradley has one timeout left, and they do have the possession error. McKinney, Moats. McKinney on the right. Milliner with it. Free throw line extended, and Ruffin's on him. Braves into man-to-man. McKinney with it. Brings it to the right. O'Brien is playing safety there, fronting on Tolliver. There's a pass to the right. Milliner going to take the ball to the L on the right. Pull-up jumper is an air ball. Taken out of there by Moats. Ball taken out by Bennett on the steal. Braves on a break. All the way down. Lay it up, and a block. 2 free throws for Bennett. Stop the clock. And a timeout. A chance to make it a 6-point game.
I tell you, you could have had a charge on that. You're coming down 3-on-1. It's a pretty good idea to come to a stop there and give the ball up to somebody down wing. But we are going to go to the free throw line.
Clock stopped, a chance to get within 6 for Tony Bennett, who just made a pair. He's got 2 more. McKinney coming back in for the Blue Jays. The foul was on him. His second. Back in a minute. Creighton 59, Bradley 51 with 2 Bennett free throws coming back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Rays Basketball on 1470 WMBD.
When you need service or replacement.
Okay, Courtney, you got an update?
Call Ranger Door of Peoria, 579-2500. With 25 years experience servicing residential and commercial customers. All you need is Ranger Door.
Southern Illinois 52, SMS 73, 759.
To broken cables.
Okay.
Best of all, they keep appointments.
Indiana State 47, Northern Iowa 51, 701.
Think Rainer and call 579-2500.
Drake 56, Wichita 56, 607.
Snoring. Did
Looks
you
like
know
Barry
that
may
it can be a
escape the
sign
new
of a deadly
CN.
health condition?
Wow.
Sleep
Danny,
apnea and snoring
those
are very
scores.
common, but are
That's really
seldom taken
surprising.
seriously. If you snore, contact the Hopedale Medical Complex Sleep Disorder Center. The call could prevent the conditions that threaten not only your sleep, but your overall health. Sleep testing and treatment is painless and covered by insurance and Medicare. Call the Hopedale Medical Complex Sleep Disorder Center. 1-866-720-HOPE.
I wasn't really
Sleep
impressed with
means
Southern the way
better
they
health.
played, Dave.
Markley and Luciano. Get these morons off the air. Yeah. 4 to 6. 1470.
According to this, your
Yeah, no more than they use their big guy. And they couldn't attack his own.
Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Allstate and your participating Allstate agents who bring you the good hands play of the game. Call Brian Burwell on Glen or Terry Vaughn in Junction City. In Peoria, other scores: 56 Drake, 56 Wichita, 6:07 to go. 7:01 to play at Cedar Falls. Northern Iowa 51, Indiana State 47. And a tick under 8 minutes to go. SMS 73, Southern Illinois 52. Bennett has 13. He's 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, and 2 of 2 from the line.
Got a starting team back in there. O'Brien and Crouch both in.
And here comes Tony trying to get the Braves within 6 if he can make them both. First one's up and down. Tony's career high came at Drake 25. Got 14 now. Can cut it to 6. Good again. Now another stop. Jim Maloof getting the Bradley crowd up. Said, get up. So we will. Here's McKinney. Back cut, lost, out of bounds. Turnover for the Blue Jays as McKinney tried to hit Funk going back door and threw it away.
Got the ball too low for him to handle.
14th turnover. Now a score here will really get him jazzed up. 7:43 to play. Creighton 59. Bradley 53. Ruff across the timeline. Waves O'Brien to the block. Ruff with it. Gets a screen from Somerville. Hands off to Jeremy Crouch. Comes left. Lob inside Somerville. Two-timed hooker. Bouncing away, no good. Rebound, weak side. Bennett scores. 59-55. He's got the last 6.
Tony gets a lot of weak side rebounds, Dave, for size.
Now it's a 4-point game. Was a 12-point game. There's Funk. There's a 3. It's an air ball. In the hands of Ruffin. Across the timeline with 7:07. Ruff all the way down. Hangs and fires it. A pass to Somerville, who's standing out of bounds. That one hurt.
That could have been a real momentum builder. We get a basket there.
Mathis for Funk. Ruff got hung and gave the pass to Somerville, who's standing out of bounds. Still a 4-point game. Need another stop. With it on the right is Tolliver. Looks inside at Mathis. Now it's McKinney. Milliner, 3 ball, looks good, is good. And back to a 7-point lead.
That's his third 3 of the game. He's got 13 now.
Bennett in the back court, 5 to make it up. Ruffin looks, is trapped, in and out of Bennett's hands. Picked up Tony on the floor, gives it to Somerville, strummed it out. That's a big save. As the Braves were handling it like a hand grenade. With it is Bennett, stutter step dribble all the way down, pull up jumper is in and out. Rebound is back up, O'Brien missed. Rebound is taken down this time by McKinney.
Well, O'Brien had a good crack at it too.
6:07 to go. McKinney all the way down, penetrate and kick to Mathis. 7-point lead. And a foul is on Bennett.
That'll be 4.
6 minutes to go. 15 foul for the Braves.
Bradley's in the bonus for 6.
6 minutes left. New shot clock. They're not in a 1-and-1.
No.
Well, they're lining up like they want to shoot free throws. Twy is in for Bennett. Well, that was the Braves had it down to 4 and were driving and turned it over.
Tony gave us a real spark there, Dave. He had 8 of her points.
McKinney, the count is 2, gives to Himba. Now Mathis. Under 6 minutes to play. 7-point lead for the Blue Jays. McKinney with it. Himba on the right wing. Somerville's on him. Need a steal here. McKinney going to take a side screen. Fought through by Crouch. 19 on the shot clock. McKinney going to take the ball in the lane. Penetrate, kick, almost threw it in the back court. 13-12 on the shot clock. Milner with it against J.J. Twy with 9. Backs up with 8. Now with 7. Side screen with 6. Milner to the baseline. Gets hung. McKinney wide open. 3 is up and bounced no good. Rebound is tipped. J.J. Twy gets it.
Take care of it.
J.J.'s on the break. Don't charge. Comes back out.
Good judgment.
That was a good play by J.J. Inside, made a bad pass. Tried to hit.
O'Brien never hardly had time to get down on the post. A good job of holding up by J.J., but forced the pass a little.
5:07 and the clock rolls, and it's a 7-point lead. Couple of big turnovers. Drive all the way down is McKinney to the baseline, stopped by Somerville. Got to get another stop now. With it is Mathis. Free throw line gets extended on the right. 15 on the shot clock. 4:53 to play. There is Milner. Look for the entry pass. It's made to Tolliver with 8. Now with 7. Now with 6. 5 on the shot clock. Himba's 3 ball is partially blocked. Saved by Tolliver. It's out of bounds. It's a violation. I think the buzzer didn't go off, but there's 0 on the clock. Now they're going to take a look at the monitor here. As they threw up the ball, didn't hit anything. The only thing that's happened is the buzzer hasn't gone off. 62-55 Creighton. Bradley has the possession arrow. They have 1 full timeout left. That's it.
You'll get another timeout here.
Another 40 seconds.
Right. Well, we had a good defense at that time, Dave, and the kid made a good play. He's going out of bounds, and whether or not time expired, I don't know, but he made a good play throwing off her foot.
The only thing that didn't happen is the buzzer didn't go off.
Yeah, and if it didn't, they may get the ball and give him another 35.
The only thing that's going to happen here is if they inbound, they'll have to tip, and or it'll be a violation. The Braves really need this stop here. They got to keep scoring. They got to get to the free throw line, stop the clock. And let's see what the verdict is. 1 on the shot clock.
Well, probably if they got a screen and a tip, they'll probably use it right now, either a back tip or a lob.
Patrick might come into play here. Well, the one thing you do want to do is get the rebound if it hits the rim. You don't want to give another 35 here. Inbound left is McKinney. 1 on the shot clock, 4:40 to play. And now they're fronting Tolliver. The officials are going to...
I hope they give the ball to Tolliver. He can't shoot a lick.
They might just lob it up to him.
Well,
they look at Funk inside. Give it to Tolliver. His jumper is up and bounces off. And rebound taken down Somerville. And that thing almost went in. Give to Ruff with 4.5 to play. Braves down 7 again. Ruffin with it. Gives to Somerville. Now it's J.J. Twy on the right. Look at a lob inside. Ruffin. Give to Somerville. Going to take it inside. Hangs and fires a hooker in.
Nice drive by Somerville from the wing.
Somerville gets the field goal. He's got 14. It's a 5-point game again. 4:10 to play.
12 the second half for Somerville.
McKinney with it. Against Crouch. Gets a screen. Comes down the lane. Stops. Turnaround jumper from 13 is good. 64-57. 7-point lead again. And now Ruffin with it. We'll have an official time in the next dead ball. Ruff is in the back court and then makes an arching pass and threw it away, but Twy gets it. And a foul called on Johnny Mathis. He fouls J.J. Twy. My goodness,
what a break that ball wasn't intercepted.
Well, we'll have a 1 in bonus for the Braves, trying to cut it to 5 again. And J.J. Twy, who's only 2 of 4 on the season at the line, will have 2. We'll have a 1 in bonus when we come back in a minute. Bennett will come back for Bradley, down 7, 64-57 with 3:47 to play. Back in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.
From the famous 5 to the Hawk, the Bradley Braves have a proud past. This is Jay Glass. The State Bank of Spear opened in 1902. About the same time, Bradley started playing basketball. We've been providing the same friendly personal service to our great customers for over 100 years. We offer free checking, free checks, and free online banking. Come into our branch, the Peoria Banking Center in Candle Tree Center at 7620 North University to meet us and discover how friendly banking can be. The Peoria Banking Center, a whole new way to bank. Member FDIC.
I have Southern Illinois 57, SMS 73, 550.
Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery.
Okay.
Whether it's a relaxing
Indiana State 54, Northern Iowa 57, 333.
Our extensive menu gives you so many delicious options.
Drake 59, Wichita State 62,
coffee treat.
336.
Every Friday night at 10, you'll enjoy live music by our featured band of the week.
Yeah,
This is Molly Graham, and we hope to see you soon at Kelleher's Irish Pub and Eatery. State and Water on Peoria's Riverfront. Parking is always free.
America's #1 talk show host, Rush Limbaugh. Weekdays 11 to 2. Peoria's news and talk station. 1470 WMBD.
Bradley Braves basketball brought to you by Allstate and your Allstate agents who bring you the good hands play of the game. See Gary Meade on East Washington, East Peoria. Chuck Hubert on Sheridan Road in Peoria. The Braves are 21 of 53, 40%. Creighton 46%. They're 9 of 20 from 3. Bradley 10 of 13 from the line. Only have a 1 in bonus, a big one here. Braves are a +4 on the boards. 8 rebounds for Lawrence Wright. The Braves are minus on the assisted turnover now at 12 and 14.
They did bring funk into the game here after this timeout, Dave.
Well, JJ's got to get these free throws in. 64-57. As you make the second one, you got a chance to press here, but you got to make the first one. Free throws pushed up and short. And the rebound taken down by Day. And now you got to get a stop. 3:40 to play. Starting to run out of time, and you know Creighton's going to take it. Here's
that back door.
Back cut layup is good by Funk as he beat Somerville to the basket that time.
Tried the overplay, and it took advantage of it.
4-point turnaround for the Braves. Miss on the 1-and-1 and a backdoor layup. It's 66-57 with 3:20 to play. Twy with it. Braves' 15-game winning streak is in big trouble. Ruffin with it.
Still got time, Dave. He's got to get a couple balls in.
Ruff directing traffic. Watches Somerville go by. Shot clock reads 13. Ruff's going to take a pull-up jumper from 15. Is short. And the rebound taken down McKinney. And he's doubled, and Creighton's in great shape with 3 minutes to go.
They'll run a little clock, I would
Almost
think.
an over and back. Under 3 minutes to go, and Creighton leads at 66-57. Free throw extended. Left. McKinney. Creighton's played very well here tonight. McKinney with it. His three-point shot dagger. Missed it. Rebound Day on the weak side.
Boy, and it resets the clock.
2:38 to play. And the Blue Jays have it up 9. Somerville waves at the ball. Himba with it right. You're going to need a whole lot of threes now. And some help on missed free throws. Milliner with it. 17 on the shot clock. Goes to the baseline. Penetrates all the way down and stepped out of bounds. With 2:20 to play. Bennett will come in, replacing Twy. Mathis in for the Blue Jays. Can't goof around too much now.
No, we need really either get the 3, Dave, or else get some penetration and draw the foul and stop the clock when we go up the line.
Bennett with it in the backcourt, looking at pressure. Here comes Jeremy Crouch. Arches the pass to Bennett with 2:13. Tony's coming all the way down, gives it to O'Brien. Kaboom!
Nice play by Bennett.
66-57 with 2:03 to play. McKinney against Ruffin. 3-possession game.
66-59, Dave.
66-59, I'm sorry. With it, McKinney. Free throw line extended to the left, now Mathis. Between the rings, 19-18 on the shot clock. Need a stop here. Mathis with it out near the timeline. 13-12 brings it to the left. 10 on the shot clock. A timeout taken by the Blue Jays with 10 on the shot clock.
Not a lot of time now.
And 10 on the shot clock and a 7-point lead for the Blue Jays.
10 seconds of good defense, Dave. That's what we need right now.
Coach, that was a big missed 1-and-1, wasn't it? That was a 4-point turnaround.
It really was. But that's behind us. We just got to play these out.
1:42 to play. Jim has done very well at these games with this margin of giving yourself a chance to elongate the game. But the Blue Jays are feeling it now. Trying to end Bradley's home winning streak of 15. And it would take a Herculean effort to get this one even now.
We can do it. We don't want a silly foul now. Oh, we got a foul to give as far as going to the free throw line, Dave. Only 5 fouls on Bradley, 7 on Creighton.
Funk to inbound. Problem is you don't want to give him another 35 seconds. Funk to inbound, the count is 2, and he throws it way in the backcourt to Mathis with 9, across the timeline with 8, now with 7. Ruff tries to front him with 6 and threw it away. And then Ruffin, as the Braves get a timeout and use their...
Great defense by Danny that time to get that ball back.
And the Braves burned their last timeout, but they had no choice but to call the timeout because they were going to lose possession of the ball. Bradley does have the possession arrow, but they're out of money now as far as timeouts, but they do have the ball and a chance to, with a 3-ball, to make it a 4-point game with 93 seconds to go. Yeah, you don't have any timeouts left, Coach. You just have to play what you can.
That's right.
17 points for Tony Bennett. The Braves led 44-41 and then got stuck on a number big time. And only 5 team fouls in the Braves, so when you're trying to get it back, you can really be aggressive in your trap the first time, and then you got to pick somebody to foul. And you can bet that Dana Altman is going to have his best people there. Bradley Braves basketball on WMBD Peoria, Illinois. We're getting close to the finals on those other games. Drake is very close at Wichita. Southern is going down for the count tonight at SMS.
Big time, aren't they? That's a big
score. I could see SMS maybe winning.
Yeah, but
a blowout.
Yeah, they're not a good scorer, not a good shooting team, Dave.
O'Brien's dunk, by the way, only his 4th point.
Southern might be licking their wounds after that close game with Wichita.
We'll see what Jim draws up here. That was a good timeout taken by Tony Bennett, by the way, who saw that Ruff was in trouble, who made a great steal. Bradley has 12 steals on the night. Well, remember, the Blue Jays blew one of these the other night. That was at home. They missed some free throws. They're going to have to miss a few more now. Here's Ruffin with it. 90 seconds to go. Ruff across the timeline. Brings it to the left. Looks at Somerville. Gives to Crouch. Back to Ruff. 1:23 to play. Here's Somerville. His 3-ball is up and bounces no good. And O'Brien's going to get an over-the-top foul on the rebound. Or was he fouled? Oh, my goodness. What a break. Day fouls O'Brien, who'll go to the line for a 1 and bonus.
That's the best we can hope on that.
So now a chance to cut it to 5.
That's 18 fouls now.
He has not been to the line yet. He has 4 points. And OB, who is a 75%, or 38 of 51. I had thought he got an over-the-top foul, Coach.
I thought he might have, Dave. Big one here on the first one.
Pushes it up and down.
Got him, boy.
66-60. Still time. No timeouts left. Bradley has possession arrow.
And a foul to give.
If O'Brien makes a second free throw, you can bet you're going to see pressure. Need a couple of turnovers. 1:18 to go. Milliner come in. Free throw 2 is good. He made them both. 66-61. Got to almost pitch a shutout here. 1:18 to go.
That's a good substitution there by Creighton. Milliner, another ball handler.
Himba. The inbounds passes to Milner. Gives to Himba in the backcourt. The ball is tipped by Crouch out of bounds. 1:13 to go.
Jeremy good on anticipation, Dave.
J.J. Twy will come in, replacing Patrick O'Brien.
Well, O'Brien will go back in on the next possession, I would just imagine. Trying to get a faster team in here on defense.
It'll be inbounded at the half court by Milliner. And he does to McKinney. 1:10 to go. Somerville's on him. And Somerville fouls him. So then on Celis is his first 6-team foul. All right, you don't want to foul McKinney.
You don't want to foul really McKinney, Funk, Mathis, or Milner. They're all in the 70s, Dave. But McKinney only 63. Watson 79.
Bradley Braves basketball in WMBD Peoria, Illinois. A new 35. Passes in the backcourt to Mathis. 106-105 to go. Mathis behind the back as he gets away from Ruffin. 1 minute to play. Braves are down 5. Funk with it. He's bumped and now doubled. Gives it to Mathis. 22 in the shot clock. And now gives it to Milliner, and he's bodied up by Ruffin. Milliner is 73.
2 out of 3 tonight.
You just got to hope for some misses here,
That's
Coach.
Right.
Northern Iowa beat Indiana State 69-61, the final.
Indiana State led a good portion of that game, Dave.
Mathis is 2 of 2 from the line. 66-61. He wouldn't miss, would he? He got the first one in. 67-61. Makes this will be a 3-possession game, and they'll be 1 away from the magic number 69. Braves just didn't shoot it very well in the second half. Mathis, second free throw is missed, and the rebound is tipped to Bennett. Braves are down 2 3 balls. Here's Bennett all the way down at the other end. Lay it up, missed it. And he ties up, and the Braves, they're going to call him for a foul on a reach.
And that'll be 5.
Well, he came all the way down, Coach, and did what you want him to do, take the ball to the basket.
Wanted to draw a foul.
That would have cut it to 4 with 42-3, and it's 1 in bonus, and Bennett leaves with 17 points. So Tony fouls out of his second game of the season. And it looks like the Braves are going to drop to 11-6, and this one will hurt. A home loss. 9 of 24 in the second half from the field.
Well, we had our chances, Dave. We got that lead, and unfortunately, Funk hit. He had 2 right in a row and got 3 threes altogether. And then Milner hit a couple threes too here.
Bennett leaves with 17. Was 4 of 4 from the line. Boy, too bad he couldn't have got that down, Coach. I would have cut it to 4.
And a foul.
Because you got a break on a miss 1 for 2. But now Himba to the line. He's 62%, 8 of 13. So he hasn't shot a whole lot. This is a 1 in bonus, as that's the 18th foul. Lawrence Wright replaces Bennett.
He's surprising 55% from 3, Dave, so you think he would be a fairly good free throw.
First one's pushed up and down. That's 68, and 1 more is going to be the magic number of 69. Yep. SMS 92-77.
Unfortunately, we don't have it.
Free throw is good, and there's 69. 8-point game with 42.3. Ruffin with it across the timeline.
Maybe he'll help us with the foul.
Ruff looking for the 3 ball. Now he penetrates all the way down. His short layup is missed. The rebound put back is no good. Him to the rebound. It's loose on the floor. And Creighton calls time with 28.4. So the Blue Jays are going to go to 5 and 4 and drop Bradley down to 4 and 5 in league play.
And unfortunately, that's would be 2 losses to Creighton, you know.
So you're going to lose a tiebreaker to them.
Right.
And the other games are now final. 92-77. SMS beats Southern Illinois.
You wouldn't think they scored 92 if you liked them in the gym by themselves, Dave.
69-61. Northern Iowa over Indiana State, and Wichita 76. Drake 65. And it'll be inbound time for Himba, who just made a couple free throws. And McKinney is fouled by J.J. Twy with 27.2 to go. So the Braves are going to lose for the first time at home this year. And give the Blue Jays credit, Coach. They played an outstanding second half.
Well, they have. They hit the shots when they had to. They're not, personnel-wise, they're not sure they're the best team in the league, but they do what they can do.
McKinney's first free throw is good. 70-61. And 1 more for McKinney. And that one's good. 71-61 with 27.2. Ruff with it across the timeline. Crouch goes to the right corner as Ruffin lays it up and in with 21.3. 71-63, and another foul as J.J. Twy fouls Milliner with 20 seconds to go.
That's the first basket for Danny.
So this will be 9 in a row the Blue Jays have beaten the Braves. So Bradley will go to 4 and 5. Northern Iowa will move ahead of them. Creighton will move ahead of them, and the Braves will move to 6th. Now, Milner's free throw is good. 72-63, and one more. They are 19 of 22 from the line. Braves are 12 of 16. Milner's second free throw is good. Only a matter of the final now. 73-63. Twy gives to Ruff, who's across the timeline quickly and pulls up a three-point shot, bounce it no good. Rebound is tipped 3 times and taken down by the Blue Jays. And who got a foul with 11.6? Might have been Lawrence Wright. Well, I have to try to get one on the road, Coach, against Indiana State on Saturday afternoon.
That's what you got to do, Dave. If you lose 2 to 1 team here, you got to pick up 2 someplace else, and Indiana State will probably be the best chance we got.
And Mathis for the free throw. Johnny Mathis, 2. So the Blue
Jays. That's no gimme there, David. They're playing better, too.
Well, they did tonight. Free throws up and good by Mathis. They are 21 of 24. That missed one in bonus, and then the Funk back door just about nailed it down, didn't it? Yep. Second free throw is missed with 10 seconds. Ruffing across the timeline with 8, now with 7. He's going to drive in the lane. His pull-up layup is good with 3.5. The Braves lost by 9 in the first game, and they're going to lose by 9 in this one, 74-65. So the Bradley winning streak at Carver Arena comes to an end at 15 as they drop a 74-65 decision to the Creighton Blue Jays. Our post-game show is coming up in a minute. You're listening to Bradley Braves basketball on 1470 WMBD.